Hello, world. We're coming to you from the third channel. Why? Good question. The third channel is because it's Super Predator Tuesday. I don't give a fuck, and this is very informal. I'm here to talk and to vent and to process my emotions as numbers are streaming in. And I'm here with a man who goes by the name of Jacob. You know him as Voltaire's ghost.
Hello, Devon.
There was no applause. Did you notice that?
Jacob just dropped out.
Yeah, I booted him. I booted him because he wasn't contributing.
You did.
Jacob's really a fun guy to chat with.
Yeah.
I was skeptical about him because I think I was just enraged by what Sargon was saying. And,
I saw that. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
And I can tell him to his face. He's arrived.
Yeah. Hello, Carl.
To my face.
Oh,
Hello,
shit.
Sargon.
It's Sargon. Wait, is this a swap out? We're only allowed one Brit at a time? Is that how it works?
I guess so. This is the
never
chat everybody
more than
wanted to
one Brit in
hear.
a room at a time.
No, well, I'm from British.
Okay.
I'm from British. I'm from
No, you're
England.
not. Imposter.
I
Sargon,
live in Texas, but fuck you.
long time no talk. My
Yeah,
name
how's it
is
going, man?
Devin Tracy.
Nice
I come
to meet
from
you.
Los Angeles. I'm a web designer.
That's very good.
And what's your name?
That's very good.
Carl, what's your name? Sorry, look, it's really late and I'm actually not sober. So,
Okay, good. I was impressed by your.
Neither am I, so you're good. And I'm a
Carl.
fellow Brit, so I will back you up, pal.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Bradford.
Yeah, it sounded that sort of way, actually.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm actually in Texas, so
Oh, really? Good job. Fucking hell,
Yes.
nice.
5,000 miles away from trouble.
Jesus Christ, that was a good move.
You're right, man.
Sorry, go ahead, Dylan.
So we're talking to Sargon, who's tapping into his Dr. Randomer cam. Is that an accurate portrayal?
Yeah, that's not a bad portrayal, actually.
Okay. Why are you drinking? Was it because of the conversation I witnessed you be involved in earlier
Yeah, I was
today?
just enjoying a nice, relaxing drink just afterwards.
Okay.
You know,
Are
enjoying.
you-
Honestly, I was kind of enjoying the comments on his video. It's
Oh, what were they
fucking
like?
savage.
Have they
It's-
got worse?
Oh my man, they have got so much worse.
Wait a
He's
minute.
got his ass kicked, right?
Is that from your fans? Are your fans vicious like that?
No, actually, it seems to be from a bunch of his.
Okay.
Really fucking savage comments from his
Yeah.
own fans.
He's had people unsubscribing and everything. I think it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's
What
fucking
was the
brilliant.
general theme of the comments?
You've really scored an own goal by being a dick, you twat.
I love how own goal comes up when the Brits are talking. I love that.
Yeah, but it's really what has happened here. He's just like, thing is, he had all the power here. You know, I didn't have any power to fucking mute him or anything like that. And he just spent the whole time, and it's his show. He was the host, you know. So, he spent the whole time abusing this power. And I mean, I was making sure I didn't get angry, you know, because he was deliberately trying to wind me up. And I love that it's just everyone in the comments, all they're seeing is him being a bully. It's brilliant.
Yeah, you were very Sam Harris in there. You were trying
Sam's
to talk
amazing
over
in
him.
these debates. He's so
Yeah.
good. Keep
Well,
him
except for
started
the-
like that.
Well, amazing that he
Miriam
was called.
Nazi one.
Yeah, I would say that.
She was infuriating, though, wasn't she?
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
But wait, did he have a
Answer the
mute
question.
button?
Answer the damn question.
Exactly. Carl, did he have a mute button? Because you were getting drowned out.
He did have. In his left hand, if you watch it, he's got some yellow device. I think that was the mute button, but other than that, or it's set up to just mute when he talks. So when he talks, I get muted.
Yeah, because it was weird. You went to like this Helen Keller mode, and I was like, why is Carl not just yelling him down?
Well, I've the recording's up. I carry on talking over him, but he's muted me and can't hear me, and so I don't know that he's. You know, I can't see why he's not responding in a reasonable way. You know, where if you're in the middle of a point and someone tries to interrupt and they carry on talking, you stop talking. You know, and you know they're indicating they're not going to. You know, they're going to make their point, and this is
So
important.
explain to me how you didn't get whiplash from going from fully supporting Bernie Sanders for the presidency of the United States to attacking a regressive for being regressive.
I've never supported Bernie Sanders.
Well, it's a moot point at this point. Are you watching the numbers roll in?
I've heard that Hillary's winning a bunch of states and Bernie is not.
Your thoughts?
Trump, here we go.
Well, I hear the alcohol being poured, so I basically the sound effect answered the question.
So this is it. This is what it comes down to, because do either of you think it matters who gets the nomination from the Democratic perspective in terms of stopping Donald Trump?
Here's the difference. Let me just explain what's going to win this for Hillary Clinton. We need Sargon of Akkad to make videos in support of Hillary Clinton.
No
and it's his
fucking way.
moral obligation.
Fucking way.
Morally obligated.
It will never happen.
Okay, we'll do a debate on that.
Sargon, Carl, what's your beef with Hillary, really? I mean, I'm English as well, and my interest in American politics is probably less than yours.
Okay,
So
Hillary
I'm wondering
Clinton can't maintain any constant position on anything.
But she is a politician.
Evolve,
Yeah,
evolve.
but that's the point, isn't it? Because she's a politician. That's entirely the point.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
Carl, you used to
but
shit
Bernie-
your pants. You flip-flop on pants shitting.
But Bernie Sanders to me seems like some kind of activist.
Equally, that's such a weird thing to say.
Say again?
Seriously though, right? Bernie Sanders. I don't want Bernie Sanders to win, but then I want other people to win less.
Okay.
But you would want Trump to win, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I was just talking to Jacob about this. On a scale of 1 to 100, where would your support for Bernie Sanders lie? 100 being you love the man, 1 being you can't stand him.
Well, I know. I mean, well, I'm not going to say him because I don't know him. I don't really care about him. But like
The
the
candidate.
things he's advocating for, I don't know, maybe about 40. You know.
Wow,
just
and so it's not even a positive rating. He's not even over the 50.
not
hump.
really. I think
No,
he's. I think he's
Wow.
just.
We
He's an SJW for fuck's sake. I don't support any of that.
Okay, well, see, that's informative. Now I know if you're rating Bernie Sanders a 40, so that's a totally different conversation.
Yeah, no. Well, I said that in the video. You know, if on a 1 to 10, like Bernie Sanders is like a 2, Trump is a 1, everyone else is a 0, apart from Hillary, who's -1.
Okay, so really our beef is only with Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary.
hate Hillary.
She wouldn't. It's not. I don't even hate Hillary. She's just emblematic of the problems of the political establishment.
What, do you hate Obama?
I don't hate any of them.
Okay, well, no, forget the word hate. Are you disapproving of Obama?
Well, yeah, he seems to have completely sold out on his rhetoric as he, you know, I mean, if you look at his original campaign rhetoric, it was fucking amazing.
Okay, but now I need to get some relative understanding here. I mean, if you're against Obama or not in support of Obama, where do you stand on George Bush?
Do I have to now support George Bush?
No, I'm saying
because I don't support George Bush.
is there? Okay, no. Here, I want a baseline. Is there any American politician you support?
I can't think of one. I liked
so
Ron
it's-
Paul.
Interesting. Well,
He
so
seemed
basically,
like an actually trustworthy chap.
Yeah,
I like Ron Paul too.
He was very
And you know-
principled.
Yeah,
Yeah, the reason I like Ron Paul is he would go to Republican debates and get booed by the crowd.
yeah.
That's-
After advocating the golden fucking rule, and the
Yeah.
crowd boos him. It's like, what? Stop! Everyone, stop! I don't think you've heard him correctly. Do unto others as they do unto you. You're booing that. Are you sure
Right.
you want to boo fucks? You know,
He
Jesus.
he had a great foreign policy, and also, I mean,
Yeah.
he's dead wrong on abortion. I
Oh, was
disagree
he
with him on that.
pro-life? Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not pro-life. But
He also
yeah.
knew that it wasn't his job to like do some presidential
Yeah.
order to ban abortion. So that's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
difference.
You
That really
can-
is the difference.
Absolutely, he was at least tolerant of an attitude he didn't approve of.
Right.
You know?
But his son sort of, I don't know, left the reservation. He's
Yeah,
not,
he wasn't his father at all, was he?
yeah.
You know, he was. Yeah, definitely.
And why didn't Ron give another go? Like, is he just
It
not?
was a bit off.
Yeah. Well, look who's running right now. Jesus. I mean, what is the net age of all these people?
Well, that's it. Will Bernie actually make it through the presidency? I mean, we've seen what it's done to Obama, physically speaking.
My favorite part of Bernie, right, is when he was at this podium and someone faints like to the right, and he sees it and runs off to help and say, "Look, you can hardly move. Fucking, you are not going to pick this person up, Bernie. You're a geriatric old man. Stop. You have people around you who can do this. You're doing a speech. You know, just carry on."
Yeah. We can't afford hip replacement
How
surgery. Right?
embarrassing! Yeah, exactly. How embarrassing was that?
But like,
Fucking
not
hell,
that
Bernie.
not that it matters now, but who do you think he would have put for a vice presidential?
God, I
nominee?
don't know.
Like, would he have stuck with his principles and been like, let's get a really even more radical socialist in?
I think I think he asked Jeremy Corbyn to do it.
Yeah.
Fly him in.
It could have been quite brutal, but I don't know. I really don't know.
I think he would have run on the principle. I don't think he was going to get any independent voters over his way by putting some, I don't know, Hillary.
Yeah. It would have been hilarious though. Jesus.
Who do you vote for? Who do you vote for in England, Carl?
Oh, I don't like any of the parties, but I'll probably vote
Wow.
for the year.
Yeah, because you've made quite a few videos critical of the Conservatives, right? And they're
Yeah,
kind of the
absolutely.
popular party in the UK at the moment. So outside of them, there's not much of an option.
Yeah, I mean, you're all talking about American politics, but I really, even though I'm living here, I don't really care that much.
Well,
I really, honestly don't really care. I care more about English politics than I do about American politics.
Let me just, while I have a chance, thank you, Sargon, for what you did to that self-hating Jew tonight.
he
But
did
also,
it to himself.
Yeah, that was fantastic,
yeah,
man.
He did it
but
to
also
himself.
for
No,
your
I know.
ongoing campaign of ragdolling Steve Shives. I commend you. Seriously, you're doing that for a generation of people.
Mhm.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear. I'm a bit of. I think I'm his trigger.
Honestly, if you started a third channel, just a new channel of just completely anti-Steve Shives channel, you would have 100,000 subs in a day.
I know, but I'm not going to do it.
I will
Tell
take
him.
it.
I'm actually going to leave off Steve Shives now, and I'll withdraw to be this boogeyman that he can be paranoid about wherever he goes. You know.
Okay, but here's my larger question, which is, nobody cares about Steve Shives. Why do you, and why did you care about debating that guy tonight? Like, what is your
I care
end
about
game?
the ideas, man. I care about the actual fucking ideas, because the thing is, I don't care that nobody cares about these guys. You know, what matters is like the hundreds of thousands of people on our side who care about like them. You know.
Okay.
Because on YouTube they're not very important. I mean, this guy has a radio show.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like he's a nobody, and it's to show other people this is what they're like. Because
Okay.
that's how the Christians lost the fucking debate, man. They actually went to debate, and fucking Hitchens destroyed them. And everyone's like, okay, well,
Did you?
So that was your
you-
intention. I'm sorry, Devin. Go.
Okay.
no, that's not necessarily like my intention. But honestly, my intention with that guy, very obviously.
No, but
became
I mean, like amplifying his like stupidity is what I
Oh
mean.
yeah, absolutely. Everyone should see this as how they act.
Okay.
Right.
I understand.
Yeah.
But like,
Absolutely.
did you get anything from tonight's talk? Did you modify your position? Did you see any new point?
Well, he constantly evaded really making a point. You know, he at one point, I was literally saying, look, this statistic for this specific area is like, you're being too general. I'm trying to be specific, and it's like, what the fuck? How much more specific can I
know.
possibly be on this issue? You know.
I loved it when the Buddhists from Myanmar get brought up. I mean, those guys are so justified in what they do for those Muslims. Holy shit.
Yeah, they've been invaded, man. But I'm not saying that it's justified necessarily. I haven't really spent that much time looking into it, but I'm aware of what's going on. And I tell you, you have to be pretty fucking bad to make Buddhists violent, surely. You know, you have to be doing something pretty awful.
Exactly. It was really hysterical when you were talking about the Middle East and North Africa, and he started on this world tour talking about where Muslims are. It's like, who cares? What's not the point?
You can probably hear in like my version where I'm like, no, we don't need to talk about India. I didn't know that he was talking and I couldn't be heard. You know, and I was literally going, look, we're not talking about India. We're talking about the Middle East. Why are you going over here? You know, it's fucking. Yeah. This is not the issue.
And he would drop these like totally insignificant little details about he'd be like, there's a political situation in Pakistan, and he'd drop like some Pakistani name, and it's like, are you trying to impress us with this?
Oh, no. My favorite bit is the Iran. We've recently had really progressive elections in Iran. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
everything's sorted in Iran, mate. No more problems.
We'll see what Bare Naked Islam has to say about that.
Right. But he was trying to give the U.S. credit. He said it was a tweaking on the U.S. policy with Iran that led to the sort of progress of Iran. It was like, and that's when you were like, do Muslims have agency? And he didn't have an answer for that.
Yeah, and and that's the thing. Everything about their position is reliant on removing agency from the people that they are protecting. You know, as if they're children or something. It's fucking.
Man,
even children have agency, but you know what I mean. It's like.
I didn't see your video on him. How insulting were you to him? Like how?
Actually, not very insulting.
Uh-huh.
I actually was just more incredulous.
You called him a twat at one point, but I think that's as bad as it.
That was at the very end, wasn't it?
Dude, that's the beginning of the conversation.
Standard.
That's it right off the bat. He's a
We
twat.
start with a twat and work from there.
Well, I wasn't that
That's
bad.
vanilla.
The fight came at the end, for Christ's sake.
Okay.
He'd earned it. I'm not.
Oh, good. I can't really remember off the top of my head.
So, who is next on the chopping block? Who do you have your eyes?
I don't know. I'm going to do a video about Brexit. I've been looking basically at the arguments for and against from both sides, and they're not very good arguments either way. Frankly, nobody's using like any figures. You know, and the figures anyone does trot out seem like complete bullshit because.
Well, I know which side of the coin Jacob lands on. So.
Oh yeah. He was clear.
That was good.
You seem to be politically sort of indifferent and sort of against most everybody. Were you not like that when you were a young guy?
No, I've always been like that.
Okay.
I just none of them are a good option. I don't think.
But you wouldn't consider yourself like a contrarian, though.
No, it's just I'm not seeing my values
Ah.
recognized. You know,
He said no to being a contrarian.
Yes, I do say no to being contrarian. No. Seriously though, if I saw a party that was actually embodying my values, I would be fine with them. I would be like, yeah, I support that party. Okay, they might have some shit members or whatever, you know, or they might not. It might be a great party, but it would still be the values that I would espouse, and I'm just not seeing that. So I can't.
Okay, so I have a question for you. On that hangout, I can't remember which one it was, with the skeptic feminist, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
That you said that there was something that you don't agree with Devon's views. You don't agree with everything he says.
No, I don't.
So I was interested in what it was that you don't agree with him on.
That's a good question. I don't think he's that alpha.
The big guns are coming out.
By the way, Carl, the laughter that you're listening to is the absurdity of that statement.
I'm sure it is.
I'm joking.
I'm sure it
It was
is.
just an interesting little soundbite.
So guys, that is
What
English
is it?
humor. English humor.
That is British humor.
Oh yes. Definitely humor.
Yeah, Sargon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that people mention me to you all the time. I mean, it is annoying.
Okay.
I mean, but it's like, you know, people are like trying to push us together, like we're supposed to date or something. You know, it's like
Dude,
you know
I
you want
tried
to.
that. I tried to do that maybe 3 months ago. Sargon didn't want to know. He's like, who the fuck are you? Fuck
I'm such a
fuck you.
fucking prude, really.
No, but you must get it all the time, and I can appreciate
no,
it.
but here's the difference with Sargon. He's reached such popularity that it's safe to assume he's not trying to get more popular. Like he's at the plateau. You know. So he's not
Honestly, I was
some
okay with
subnormal.
100,000 to be honest. I was really
Yeah.
happy then, and that was really like big but not too big. I'm not complaining that I'm too big or anything, but I'm not gonna lie, it comes with its own set of challenges, especially when you're trying to talk to people. Like people are trying to contact you on Twitter, so you have to go through quite a lot of tweets.
Carl,
Fucking
I want to stick at 2,000.
I can't wait till Twitter dies, man.
Yeah.
I really can't, you know. But yeah, no,
It
people
would
use
die.
it to contact.
It won't die.
Yeah, I think if you had said that your support of Bernie was at 40%, I would not have gone after you
I
tonight.
put it at 20% in the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't listen to that part. I was already enraged. I was already.
The redness that descended.
Yeah, I was photoshopping like a madman.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
But no, we did open by saying it was damage control, right? And that it's not about who you're for, it's about who
What you're against.
you're against. Really, it's
I
negative politics.
I think secretly I was a little bit upset that these three British dudes were like telling America how to go toward the future. I was like, who the fuck are you guys? We beat you in the war.
Yeah, but you
Hey, which
fucking
fool?
hell does it? We're
Which
not about to
fool?
get Trump as our fucking prime minister. You know?
Man, Hillary is giving a victory speech right now, and it looks very festive. God, I'm excited.
Which state is that?
Florida. looks
Florida.
like. Yeah.
You know what I found really weird? I found it really strange, Devon, that you always say that politics is the worst subject and the subject that bores the shit out of you, and yet you still want to continue talking about it.
Look, I don't talk about the Olympics when it's an off year, but if it's the gold medal event for the 100-meter dash, I'm going to be into it.
Yeah, okay.
And it's also the Douglas Murray maxim. He's talked about this. If you care about the culture, then you have to care about the politics to a certain degree because it influences it so much.
So I guess I must care to some degree, like you're saying.
I had a real nightmarish moment when I realized all these videos I make, I go after TYT, they're political. So me criticizing their ideas is political.
Of course
I am trying, but I didn't want to accept that because I hate politics.
The
And
thing
yet
is,
politics is just ideas.
This drove me crazy about people with John Oliver. There were so many people going, it's just a joke. It's like, mate, you do not do this amazing 20-minute demolition job and then start a hashtag campaign and shit for a joke. This is too much. It's this is a demolition. This is to destroy Trump.
Carl, I was legitimately confused why you made that video. Because I am against John Oliver for a whole different set of reasons, but not because he's
I'm
anti-Donald
probably
Trump.
against him for a few of those reasons too.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Personally, or
Well, as a regressive, basically.
But like, are they trying? They're not pretending that they're not political.
Oh no, a bunch of people do seem to think that he's just a comedian, and John Oliver did come out with this, I'm a comedian first shtick, as if that doesn't also mean what he will do will be as equally political. I mean,
John Stewart.
John Stewart, sorry, it's like it is kind of disingenuous to say, look, I'm not trying to be political. No, you are. You run a political fucking news show. Don't bullshit everyone. Come on.
Oh my God, it's the sad state of news where Comedy Central is where people get their news from.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
But Jon Stewart would always say that. He would say, you know what program leads into ours? It's puppets doing crank phone calls.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, now let me say whatever I'm going to say to like millions of people.
Yeah, and literally it was something like 18 to 24 got their news from Jon Stewart, wasn't it?
Right. And why are young people so dumb, and why do they always lean to this direction?
Well, I think that they're generally being brainwashed into it. It's kind of like this. It's the way they're being raised. They're raised in this sort of like PC culture, so they think PC culture is the right thing to do. And when people aren't being PC, they're fucking horrified.
I think that's a way too much of a generalization, to be fair.
Oh, do you think it's not accurate?
Well, I mean, I've lived in both England and America, and it's not. I have kids growing up in American schools, and it's not like that at all.
How old are you?
Well, I'm 45.
Oh right, okay, but okay. So it's not. There's not a politically correct climate in.
I don't see it, Carl. I really don't see it. I mean, I'm in sort of small town. I'm in West Texas.
Right, okay, but what if you were in California?
It'd be the same thing, dude. If you had kids growing up, I mean, you can control what your kids consume. With it being media or whatever else.
But I think there might be some difference in the schools between West Texas and California. I mean, don't they have creationist crap in the Texas fucking school books?
No.
Do they not?
No. I'm absolutely positive. I mean,
there was. I thought there was a thing. No. I thought there was a thing in like Texas school books where they were trying to put creationism.
I had heard of that actually. Yeah. I'm not sure.
My son is. Well, my son is learning like basic science and stuff right now, so he's not at that sort of level. He's like,
Wait till he gets to evolution, or wait till he doesn't. Well,
get to evolution. maybe. I mean, you may well be right, Carl. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly think there's probably a difference between the place your son's going and like San Francisco.
He's just at a regular public school. He's not.
Yeah, but it varies from state to state, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. Well, and like inter-school district to inter-school district.
Yeah, exactly. I genuinely think there's probably quite a cultural difference between Texas and California, right?
Oh yeah.
I guess. I mean,
I guess.
He's never
been to California. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Do you ever hear an SJW with a Texas accent? No, they all seem like coming from fucking San Francisco or fucking. Where's the place Monday Matt's just moved to? Fucking.
Is he in Social Justice Warrior?
No, he's not. He's very anti them.
Okay.
Oh, Oklahoma, something like that. Orlando. No, not Orlando.
Oklahoma.
Orlando.
No. There's a fucking city. Oregon. Is it?
Oregon.
Portland.
That's it. Yeah, Portland.
Dude, you went all over the country then.
Oh man, I don't fucking know. It's the geography of a foreign country. Give me a break. And I'm drunk. But yeah, there are certain locations these people are coming from, and
yes. Well, that's why I mentioned it last night.
I think have very PC cultures. Very.
Yes, I said the other night. I said you're never going to find a SJW or a regressive with a Brooklyn accent. I've never heard it before.
Yeah,
and there's a reason for that.
Come from the school of fucking life, It's not.
I think there's also a reason why you don't see it in Texas as well. I think there's a reason for that because I'm like the women and especially the men and the women around here are like so tough. They're so used to growing up around like yeah, and you don't get that culture here in Texas really.
And isn't Texas the kind of state that marks itself out as being unique and different from the other states as well, in particular?
Yeah, they want to secede from the Union a couple of years ago.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Texan nationalism is quite a big thing.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely something that I have experienced. Like
now,
go ahead.
I just want to real point on John Oliver. Just the thing that scares me about him is that he is legitimately funny. And even during that video that you linked us to, I laughed like several times.
That's why I was so outraged.
Yeah.
He set up this amazing fucking setup. It was so entertaining. It was so brilliantly crafted. And then he's like, yeah, now we're going to call Donald Trump a name. Oh, what? Mm-hmm. Why would you think that was the answer, you fucking idiots? I mean,
it reminds me of like Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was a funny guy. Charming. You know, it's like.
I don't think it's fair to compare him to Ted Bundy. I think it's just stupid.
Well, I think
rather than malicious like that, but
no, but it's these people have weapons. They have tools that they're using just for the wrong purpose.
Yeah,
Although bashing Trump is good as far as I'm concerned.
But yeah, it's not like he's not being malevolent, or at least trying to be. He's just dumb.
As far as a representative of British people, though, it's far better than Piers Morgan.
That's true.
I think he's a cunt.
But he's off the radar now.
Fucking get. Oh, is he gone?
He's been deployed. No, he hasn't been deployed, really.
Is there any country that wants Piers Morgan? Because we kicked him out. No. Kicked him out.
Dude, I hated that guy when I lived in England.
But you know what's weird, though? Because in England, he was doing like tabloid journalism, right?
Yeah, he was editor of, I think, was it the
Sun?
Mirror?
I think. Was it?
Yeah,
it was the Mirror or the Sun? Yeah.
It was a Murdoch paper. Yeah.
Right, but this is not some like investigative journalist for the BBC, and yet he comes to America and gets like the most popular show on one of the bigger news networks, and we're supposed to take this guy as like an anchor or something.
Yeah, and he did that for like a year, and then everybody wanted him to be deported, I believe.
I do believe he was on very good terms with Rupert Murdoch. I think they were.
Well, Anthony, he was anti-gun, and so if you're watching him from Texas, I don't think it would be too popular in your neck of the woods.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, no, I hate Piers Morgan. I can't fucking stand him. He's an idiot. Absolute fucking mong.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do with him at all.
That's probably what Piers Morgan's parents think. So have you seen Ben Shapiro, Demolition Event?
It's one of the greatest. I've never disagreed with the person who'd whooped the other guy so much. Yeah. It's one of those experiences where you're on the losing side, and it doesn't feel too good.
But no, he did. I've never really considered myself actually on a side with Piers Morgan, so I just enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
you're talking about the Jew. You're talking about Ben Shapiro, the Orthodox Jew.
Yeah, we're talking about the Jew.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm supposed to be triggered by that, I think.
Yeah, right. That was funny when you sort of like were stone cold in reaction to that. You're like, this is exactly the problem. Why are you playing the Jew card right now?
I didn't even know he was a Jew. Why would I know? How would you know? You can't just.
Well, one look at that face, you know he's a Jew, but he's still against Sam Harris. Really?
I had no idea.
Oh my God.
It hadn't even crossed my mind. What's this guy?
One look at that face.
And identifying the Jews.
Oh my God! You got to do a Google image search on Nazi posters.
Is there an explanation here that we should really speak to the race realists about?
No, but everything is pinched on his face. Why do you think weasel was the key word that kept going through the chat? It was just weasel.
But Devin, you started that.
Well, maybe I did. No, but this is just like symmetry. We're talking about actual, the geography of his face. It's not. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you could look like a
technology, basically.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help that a lot of his. It doesn't help that his characteristics are also weaselly. I mean, the guy would not answer us.
Yeah, I love that he's done this to himself.
Face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the chicken or the egg. What came first, the weaselly face or the weaselly attitude?
Oh, fucking hell. That's a good question, actually.
But I love at the end.
He's going with the facial features. It's really weird.
It's got to be the face that bred the attitude, right?
Yeah. Oh, is it? Like everybody told him. No. Everybody else told him you look like a weasel, so he's going to act like a weasel. Or he's going to look like a cunt, basically.
Wait a minute. You guys, I have a serious question. I was talking to Jacob about this. Do you think there's a correlation between being weak intellectually and being weak physically? I have never seen a regressive who was like super strong, muscled out. Have you ever seen that?
We look at Ben Shapiro.
The gym, aren't they?
Well, but if you look at Ben Shapiro, I mean, he's not a massive fella, is he? He's a small guy. Right. But I guess he's big.
He's not a regressive, but I'm saying, I mean, I don't know. I literally have never seen a guy who was like physically impressive as a specimen who just came out with weakness after weakness.
There is only one point I can think of to explain it, and it was brilliantly underlined by Joe Rogan and his team when they reviewed that video of these guys saying, "I apologize on behalf of men to all women." And it got to this one guy who he was handsome, he looked tough, and immediately Joe said, he's in it for the pussy. He's lying.
Yes.
That's all he wants is pussy. and that might actually be the answer to the question.
Busted.
So, Sargon, at the end of that conversation, he said, "Hey, we could do this again." Is that in the works?
I don't think he'll do it again. I would love to do it again. I don't think he will, though.
What are they talking about?
That's just something that you finish a conversation with.
It all felt rushed. He said we had a hard out. What is that? What is he talking about?
Yeah, I think they had a 45-minute segment, which I think was why he was talking so much.
Yeah, but fuck their segments. They have Sargon on. What the hell?
Well, I don't know.
I got the impression that he was trying to make out that he didn't even know who you were.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
I didn't know who.
No. It was like degradation of character. It was like, is it Sargon? Is it Sargon of whatever? And
he dropped a different Sargon, trying to name drop other Sargon.
Exactly. So that's just like a.
I didn't even know there were other Sargons.
No, it's a power play, dude. That is a power.
That's all right. It's completely. This is the thing. These things are only power plays if you respond to them.
Of course,
you don't have to respond to them or take them into. If anything, it's the enemy displaying a weakness, man. Mm-hmm. If you're actually going to we haven't even started talking. You're trying to make power plays. God, that's fucking.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's going to say, and he's already fucking bumbling.
In our side, it's saying we see you. We know exactly what you're doing.
At one point, he said, "You invaded Iraq to me," and I was just like,
you Sargon of Akkad of invading Iraq.
I mean, that is probably true at points in history, but I personally didn't do it. And it was just like, wow, this guy's way full of projecting. But yeah, I'm just looking through the comments in this video. They're just savage. I feel bad. He's such a fucking loser.
Do you think he'll delete them and filter them?
He has been deleting them. Yeah, there have been loads on there going, "You've deleted my comment."
I just did a video against the Atheist Experience and Russell Glasser and these guys, and they have been disabling comments for years now.
Was that the hour-long one you did?
Yeah, but it's
man, that was a good video. They were full of shit. Just,
He said they are full of shit, but what's his co-host? The Jenny Peebles.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't actually seen it.
Right. Well, no. She's not done she hasn't done a video on it, but she had some of the flying monkeys going at her today, basically asking her. Oh yeah, and you went at her as well. And she just didn't want to know. She didn't want to respond. She's just like, it's not my fight. I'm not Russell Glasser, which is fair enough, right? I don't speak for this person.
No. She literally said, I don't want to talk about Islam on the show because I don't want a tantrum.
Yes.
Like, I don't want the hate mail we're going to get from the outside world once we start apologizing for Muslims. Yeah. It's just like, wow. But, it's just aggravating. But, I know they're just doing their thing, and they're sort of regional. They're in Austin, Texas. Their fight is against Christianity. But, they're sort of the de facto leaders or part of the well-known people in the community.
Well, the problem is, individuals like Matt Dillahunty have made such terrific arguments against, the existence of God and for atheism, and have had such great debates that you kind of want them to also be at the forefront of this new fight. And when they aren't, it's disappointing,
Yeah,
they set a standard
for it.
Yeah.
It's really weird, man. How so many people are still going after Christianity. It's like, why?
Right.
Done. There is really something more important we should be talking about.
Yeah.
Seriously, I think even on YouTube, Thunderfoot took those people to shreds 10 years ago. He was making those the creationist videos, and then we had the whole Atheism Plus thing, and they're still going and talking about nonsense.
Yeah, I gave a 30-minute golf clap to the Bible Reloaded guys for creating the Quran Reloaded in 2016.
Yeah, how long until they start self-censoring?
In terms of what, not approaching the bigger issues?
Yeah, in terms of approaching really trivial.
Yeah, you're right. They debunked the why you shouldn't drink your dad's sperm video, but when are they going to do the immigration policy video?
Yeah. Well, when are they going to do the satanic verses, man? That's the bit that really undoes the whole Quran. It's fucking amazing. Anyone who's not familiar with them, seriously, go and just look up satanic verses and just read about it. And just oh, right, so if Muhammad could possibly have been taking tuition from Satan, doesn't that put the whole Quran in doubt? Yes, it does, and that's why we're going to kill Salman Rushdie.
So who's going to do it? Yeah. So who's going to do a video on the new $600,000 fatwa that's been put on his head?
Well, I featured it in this week.
I think you covered it on you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is deserving of its own videos. Seriously,
it needs more fucking coverage.
It really is the sort of thing that just really, really undermines the argument for the Quran from within the Quran. You know, that's the thing. It's this perfect text contains the seeds of its own destruction.
But is Rusty really fazed by this? I mean, isn't he used to this? This is just more of the same.
He must have got to a point where he maybe thought to himself that it was over, you know?
Huh.
Like he went through, 10 years of just utter misery and fear. And then it kind of subsided, and now he's having it all again. I mean, the guy, one of the most important intellectual figures of the last century, I would say, certainly in terms of literature. And and we can't do more to help him. It's terrifying. You know, it really makes me feel bad to be, British, to be Western, that we would abandon someone like that. You know.
One of the interesting things about that for me is that that's what, to me, started my understanding of Islam, basically. And I think it was in a lot of people in England as well, Jacob. I think you probably agree with that.
Yeah, sure.
The first fatwa that was issued against Salman Rushdie, and then you realize that there's a massive group of people out there that want to kill one person just because
people have died over it and have been injured over it. Have been stabbed and murdered over this fatwa. It's not like this has been some sort of non-event,
And if you look at the events that have happened after this, and Devon reminded me of the metaphor that Rushdie himself used in one of our last hangouts. He was the first bird on the swing. If we think of it in terms of the Hitchcockian metaphor, and it was the warning that a lot of people ignored. Some noticed. And now there's more than one. There's more than one bird now.
Yes. I remember at the time there was no Je suis Salman Rushdie movement. It was not like I am Spartacus. Nobody stood up. We were like, ooh, fuck, sucks to be him.
That was the response, wasn't it? Jesus.
And Hitchens would bring it up like time after time. And he wasn't even invited to talk about it, but he would bring it up and be like, hey, I still haven't forgotten this. It was very uncomfortable for the channels he was on at the time.
Yeah, Hitchens is way ahead of the curve, man.
I know. So who's going to fill the gap? Is that going to be you, Sargon?
Oh, fuck no. Of course not.
It's going to be Devon,
British.
dude. It's going to be Devon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That was one of the most.
Sargon agreed with me. Sargon agreed with him. He's like, him. Not me, him.
We've decided it. It's 3-1, Devon. You got to do it.
Okay, fine. That was one of the most vacuous insults I've ever received in my life. Was, hey, Devon, you're no Christopher Hitchens. I was like, thank you for laying that obvious one out.
Sometimes I don't even think Christopher.
That's only really an insult to Peter Hitchens, man.
Yeah, right.
He's a cunt, dude. Fuck me.
There is no excuse for that.
Yeah, you know Chris Hitchens. Ooh, you should have done. Well, you got all the same fucking advantages, and
If you are going to compare me to Hitchens, I'm only going to be comfortable in one aspect, and that is that I'm an anti-theist, and a proud card-carrying anti-theist, and I think everybody should be, and that is why I go after atheists who are not. Like the guy you talked to tonight, Sargon, he was an atheist, right?
Presumably, yeah.
How long before he classifies himself as an anti-theist?
I think he'll classify himself as a dhimmi first.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. You got it.
Shit.
Come on, let's be honest. Fucking, let's talk about Sharia law. Actually, let's talk about all of Islam instead.
There's all religion. This will take.
Yeah, all religion.
He zooms back.
Against religion.
Wait, something's going on in India. Look at the Buddhists.
Yeah, I'm not against Buddhist law. The Buddhists can do what they want.
Yeah. I love the 10-minute diversion of, Sargon, there's different ways of interpreting Sharia, so it's not all this one universal. Thank you. What is the point of that?
The Saudis do it one way, the Egyptians do it another. Shut up.
Yeah, when you chop off the hand, sometimes you go above the wrist. Other people like to go just nub it, just right the fingers, just digits off.
No, okay, but let's talk about the actual event then. Like, I was trying to talk about fucking homophobia. He just wouldn't engage the conversation because he knew it was going to go somewhere that would make him look like a fucking regressive.
I
I
sensed fear on him. I smelled fear on him. It was like I felt like the shark. I'm the shark in the water, and somebody put blood or like a mile away, and I'm like, where is that? Somewhere on the internet, there's a weakling being weak. I gotta find him.
I love the fact that he had all the power in that situation as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about it. And out of fear, he couldn't help but exercise it. And then acting like a child about that. It's just like, wow, that's brilliant, man.
I want to see him press the button that muted you. I want to see when he did that. Because
I'm
that's
sure
pretty
he had
much
this yellow thing in his hand that was doing it. I'm sure that was the thing that was doing it. Maybe it was just a little I don't know, comfort toy he was holding or something. I don't know.
Stressed
I
out.
don't know, like a banana or something. It's like I don't know. He had something in his hand at some point.
He's
But it's so
waving the highlighter
distasteful.
around.
I mean, the overall encounter is so nasty, and I just feel like I've been raped intellectually at the end of it. Like, there's no satisfaction.
Yeah,
But maybe read through the comments. Maybe it's the end.
Honestly, the
Yeah,
comments have been fucking brilliant.
Okay.
The thing, the trick with that, right, is to remember that the people watching it are going to be fucking furious with the person being a child about this. So you just be the adult in the situation like you normally would. You know, keep it calm and just be normal. Don't resort to insults or don't shout or anything like that. Because at the end of it, like it's happening now, he's fucking demolished his own reputation. It's and
Yeah, but what was his reputation going in?
Well, even if it wasn't that bad, I mean, a bunch of his subscribers probably had some respect for him.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference. You seem to wield the power because you know you're popular, and so you're gonna change people's minds. You're coming with an army with you. So I don't know. Like, you seem to be using it well, though.
That's not how I think about it. I guess I don't really think about it. I'm just thinking about like
Sargon doesn't think of his fans as an army, unlike yourself.
I really don't.
How do you? What's your relationship with them?
Carl, you do have an army, dude. You know.
I don't, and they're just people who subscribe to my channel. They're individuals who subscribe to my channel. They're not part of any sort of coordinated effort or anything.
Nah, I don't think they have agency. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they have agency. They shouldn't.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You know, you're like Devon, where Devon tells everybody to go out and downvote and flag.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't.
Right.
Wait a minute. I don't tell people.
Devon doesn't do that either. So.
Oh, really?
No, people get mad at me if I don't put up the link because they want to get their rage out, and so I acquiesce to my own, people.
Well,
so can I just switch gears from fucking politics for a minute? I want to know, Sargon, while I've got you here.
Sure, man.
Because this could be just a one-off. What's your opinion on Devon?
He's all right.
He's all right.
That's a neutral at best.
I enjoy his videos. I watch them fairly often. I watch a lot of people.
No, but you know what I'm talking about, man, right? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that want to know what you think about him, right?
He's okay.
Oh, come on.
I think you should lay off the drama a bit. Fucking.
I'm not. Oh, you mean Devon?
Yeah, Devon. Yeah.
Me lay off the drama. The whole conversation
Oh,
was like you blaming a guy for the last hour. Wait a minute, you seek out drama. I'm talking to a guy that was in a hangout with Jenny McDermott.
Yeah, but that was just funny.
That is
just
drama whoring.
Yeah, but that was like a one-time thing. You do it all the time.
You challenge publicly Steve
What does he do all the time?
Yeah, but that's not.
What do you call that?
That is to talk to him about his ideas. Sure, it was quite dramatic, but there was a genuine purpose behind it. But a lot of the time, you just like shit-talking people on Twitter and stuff, and it's just like,
you're criticizing my Twitter behavior? Oh, come
Yes.
on. I'm a YouTuber, I'm a Twitterer.
I don't really care though. It's like I don't care that you fucking shitpost on Twitter. I don't care. Why would anyone care?
Yeah,
but the Twitter thing is irrelevant, man.
Yeah, it's fucking Twitter. If anything happens,
Of course.
just the phrase on Twitter negates it being anything of any importance. Someone reported a rape attack on Twitter. Fuck off. Just fuck off. Anything that you report on Twitter, no.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't mind insulting people, and for me, it's a laugh. I'm having fun. I pick the right people. That's the real issue at hand.
I tell you what, I rue the day that someone invented a block button. It's really ruined Twitter. I don't know that Steve Shives is seeing my tweets.
Yeah, that hurts you.
I know, dude. I see a lot of people wanting like you and like Devon and Sargon to get together. I see a lot of comments about that. I see like you and Carl and Devon getting together. Carl and Devon getting together and having a chat.
We are together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but just you two. I mean, like.
Yeah, we can do. Man, I tell you what, I love your rebuttals to the Young Turks, man. Fucking Cenk is a giant brown buffalo.
Well,
physically, he looks like a fucking buffalo. He's got that sort of body. It's just this enormous, sort of clumsy guy.
No, there's a reason why things stick. I said it a few times, but it stuck like friggin' Velcro. I mean, he's never not going to be.
Accurate description of how he looks.
And I think that, even if you've done nothing else on YouTube, and I think you've done lots of great stuff on YouTube, but if you've just done the Young Turks, that would go down in the annals of one of the most useful contributions to YouTube, because so many people will subscribe to them and enjoyed their videos, and it wasn't until you started making videos against them, people like Lalo were tweeting against them on Twitter, that this backlash developed and sensible people actually realized they were full of shit.
Yes, because there was nothing else there. It was just a pure void. So like if you have the counter arguments and you listen to them side by side, what I love is like people that go to Young Turks, they'll see related videos. Cenk is a sperm whale. It's just like. So yeah,
funny
I'm proud of
and
that.
accurate.
The worst part about all this is, I'm about to make myself really fucking unpopular by saying this, but I think I would actually get on quite well with Cenk.
What, in terms of like if you went to a pub with him?
Yeah, if I went to a pub.
I don't think I would.
Or even if I had to, like,
I
sit on a
really
panel.
don't think I would.
No, I actually think I would be able to reason with him. So
Just
I didn't.
So
what
what
would
would
you
put a few drinks in, and then he'll start bragging about his numbers, and then you'll see the real Cenk.
Like, what would you talk about with him?
Oh, I'd talk about Ottoman, the Young Turks genocide.
Yeah, because you probably know more about that than him.
Well, I know something about it. I'd read up more about it if I knew I was going to talk to Cenk.
Well,
Yeah,
he
but
didn't
you're a
make it
historian.
happen, so yeah.
I'm not a historian. I just really like history, and I've just read a lot.
But like, here's an interesting thought. Like Sargon's a public person. He's a well-known guy. Why don't the Young Turks bring him on to discuss any of these issues?
Well, they
like-
probably hate me. I mean, I've done a fair few response videos.
Well, that's the
to
main
Young Turks
reason
in
why
my
we won't
time
ever
as
get you
well.
on.
Yeah.
But like, wouldn't it help their cause if they could show that your counters, that your criticisms are wrong? Like, wouldn't that help them?
Of course they can't. They know they can't.
Right,
And, I mean, they probably don't know who I am, but they certainly wouldn't be able to. Someone in the comments has just put, Sargon, you tweeted to Melissa Harris Perry if she took that picture of the slaves with her when she left for MSNBC. You don't like Twitter drama, bullshit. It's like,
You
that's a
lame
good question.
bastard.
I really wanted to know.
You lame fuck.
She has
Most
a picture
hypocritical
of slaves in her office. A black girl has
No,
a
the
picture
thing
of
is with you,
slaves in her
Sargon,
office.
no, you see what you do because you have like 75,000 followers on Twitter. You have to be very, very tactical with what you put on Twitter, right? And I understand that, right? I understand that. So whatever you put on there has to be focused, and you have to have a point, right? An end game with that tweet, which is stupid. It's just social media, but you have to do it.
I know, man. When you get a certain number of people paying attention to what you do, you can't. People get pissed off at me if I do like the fun videos mocking people, like fucking Christy Winters, and like some people get pissed off because oh, this is low hanging fruit. You can do better than this. Oh, fuck, I'm not at school.
You should do it.
I like
you should do a
mocking.
collab. You should do a collab with Devon. You really should do that. You should do a video with Devon.
I'm not
that'd
really
be the
good at doing
funniest shit
videos
ever.
with people. I'm too much of a fucking impatient twat.
Prima donna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
prima donna is more. That's what I meant.
Devon's quick though, man. He's quick. His editing is very quick.
Well,
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll do a live stream sometime, man. We'll do it on Skype, and we'll play videos and just go through it.
Nice.
Yeah, that
The new drunken peasants.
Basically, yeah. Just the shit and knockoff version of the Drunken Peasants. I've got no technical skills at all.
Well,
Me neither, dude. Fuck.
So yeah,
Fucking Devon was asking me yesterday. He's like, "Dude, we could do like a Drunken Peasants knockoff. We could watch videos and stuff." Like, yeah, I'll have to figure out how to do that. I've got no fucking idea. No clue whatsoever.
I'll sort it out sometime, man. 'Cause it'd be a laugh.
okay. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing. It's a unique thing. It's like thousands of people that like me like this guy who I don't know, and they're like, "These are my two daddies. Why are my two daddies fighting?" It's like it's just bizarre.
The thing is, I know it's Twitter bullshit.
Yeah.
There are some people who don't know it's Twitter bullshit, and they're the people you can't have a proper joke with. It sucks. But
Right.
Well, you
Jokes
saw
are
that on
lost.
Twitter today. Yeah, you saw that on Twitter today when Devon went from calling you out to like supporting you within
Oh my God.
like 4 tweets.
it's just
I,
bullshit on Twitter. Man. Fucking hell.
I tagged the skeptic feminists on a
Yeah, I
tweet.
saw. The feminist is alright, man. I don't think he's a bad bloke, to be honest.
He's a fucking nutcase. What are you talking about?
Sure. I'm
He's
sure,
a fucking
I'm sure he's
No, no.
got some things that he isn't willing to discuss in person.
Yeah, but I was talking to the woman, not the guy.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
He never says it's him. He always says it's we. I mean,
Right.
like,
It's weird.
Which
Yeah.
which woman were you talking to? Is it the one who always laughs?
The one that's dressed up as the Harlequin. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate cosplay.
yeah, nutcases, dude. Fucking men. Just no, like in real life, you wouldn't have anything to do with these people. You wouldn't.
Mm.
You wouldn't associate yourself with them whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
If they turned up and they've got like black makeup around their eyes and they've got like lipstick like smeared around the face and stuff,
There's
you'd
a
go
whole
like, okay.
there's a whole subculture for that, man. It's
Yeah,
out there.
I get that, Jacob, but I wouldn't want to have anything to do with it because I've got better things to do with my time.
I got a question for Sargon. What percentage of interviews or videos that you do would you like it to be where it's where you get along with the person and agree with them versus combative ones?
I'd like a lot more combative ones.
You feel like it's too boring the other way?
Well, the thing is, I think that we, in the sort of, I don't know what to call us, but the sort of area that understand what SJWs are and why they need to be combated, kind of understand why they're wrong. You know, I think we've got a really good like just general sort of community understanding of where they're going wrong. So there are a lot of people I would be quite happy to see go on the Young Turks in my stead, because I know they would be able to do this, you know, a job just as well as I could, demolishing the crap they were saying, you know, because I know what they think, so I've watched their videos, and you know, I think there's a really good resource of people. You know, there are loads of really, you know, with like 30,000 subscriber channels, where, you know, there are a lot of you guys who really genuinely know what the problems are, and you know, it's because you've all watched my videos. But no, seriously, there really are a bunch of really good people, and yeah, and it's good to see, because it means that like it's pushing out in all directions. You know, different people tend to operate with different people, and you know, you end up going to different places. So I would encourage people to try and publicly debate regressives wherever you can. You know, you've got any kind of, you know, debating sort of tactic to try and win the debate or anything, just do it, even if it's a small fucking channel, you know, with like 100 subscribers or something, because you can show that to other people. Other people will see it, and that will inoculate them to the disease of social justice. When they go back to wherever they go, to their War Games club or something, and they say, "Oh right, okay, now we're going to talk about gender representation in Warhammer 40,000." Fucking, it's why. But you know, they can be like, "Hang on, why would we need to do that?" You know, and they can actually challenge it and know it needs to be challenged.
That's why I debated Josh Banko.
I don't know who that is, sorry. I don't mean that as an insult.
Yeah,
it's not an insult, it's fine. Yeah.
I think it's interesting that we identify ourselves by what we're not, and that starts with atheism. Now it's anti-regressive, anti-SJW. It's funny, we're almost resistant to labeling.
We need a word, don't we?
Well, the thing is, the problem that we're having with that is that anti-things are only ever in existence for the duration of the thing. And as soon as they start receding, it's like atheism, really. You know, there are a bunch of SJWs and a bunch of proper atheists who were like, okay, well, we need to fight Christianity. They did that, and then when Christianity was receding, suddenly atheism plus pops up. Suddenly other issues are more important. And the anti-SJW scene, if we can describe it that way, is going to be very much the same. Like the alt-right, you know, might watch my channel, but as soon as the SJWs aren't the problem, say, I don't know, if the alt-right became the problem, my God, they're gonna hate my channel. You know, so you know, I'm going to be going on about their racist bullshit. So it'll be like, you know, it's just a coalition of the necessary at the moment.
I mean, I think the word I hear popping up is classical liberal a lot, and anti-theist, you know, sometimes. But I mean, that you kind of jump into the no true Scotsman with the classical liberal label, because all these other people, they call themselves liberal too.
Well, the thing is, you know, that is a point, and I don't necessarily say you're wrong or anything.
How could you?
Well, exactly. How could I? But the thing is, if these people are specific, I mean, you know, you've got to call a spade what a spade is. You know, if these people are going to be like, we're liberals, what? I should have freedom of speech? No. Then, you know, they can call themselves liberals, but they're not liberals. You know, they can say, oh, we're liberals, but we think you should be no platformed. Then they're not liberals. And you know, it's like, you know, they can call themselves whatever they want. I'm going to judge them by their actions, because they clearly don't know what a fucking liberal is.
Right. I think they actually haven't done the homework, and they don't actually know, you know, all the work that's gone into these movements. And so you have to dissect it.
I think it's actually worse than that. I think they're actually contemptuous of these things at this point. I think their ideology has become so advanced in its sort of like structure that they think people holding our position they think we are the regressives.
Yeah, definitely.
They I mean, we are probably worse than the actual enemy, because to them we are doing what they are doing with us. And it's one of these. It's absolutely irreconcilable. So they have to be defeated. You know, there's nothing to reconcile between these two positions at all.
Yeah,
I thought it was
At all.
You can't take it for granted now. You used to think that, you know, if you were championing the ideas of somebody like Thomas Paine or Voltaire or John Locke or Martin Luther King, you think they'd accept that, but they won't now. They'll actually criticize these people. And as we've already discussed before, I think if Martin Luther King was alive today, he would be no platformed.
He literally would be no platformed, and he'd be called a white supremacist.
Yeah.
So these people are nuts, and they need to be stopped. Frankly, they've turned into a dangerous cult that completely denies reality. They have to be stopped.
Well, I think there was some good done tonight. I mean,
I hope so.
That video you did, I mean, I think the net result of that is probably some people will have changed their mind. Not the hardcores.
No, I was going through his comments, and basically a bunch of people, I didn't know who Sargon was. You know, after watching you, he's gained a new subscriber, unfollowed. You know, it's just like
brilliant. Could you have a better comment than that? What an endorsement.
Yeah, honestly, there have been a bunch of those, and it's just like it's fucking beautiful.
That's a pure win.
Yeah, his comment section is just a disgrace, man. Just honestly, what a fucking shit show.
But why these people keep going on and on though? Because I think they get enough positive affirmation that, like, I mean, if he has 60,000 subs or something, so he still has his echo chamber, and he's never going to stop.
But the thing is, he gets hardly any views. It's more that it's a radio show, but it's probably a tiny radio show as well.
Right.
You know, it's probably a very. That's the thing, man. They're really not a very large community of people. They're just skilled. They go to universities and do communication courses and all this sort of shit. And then they form like nepotistic, fucking cronyistic. Sorry, not nepotistic. Like Jewish organizations. This is. I mean, they would never hire a right winger on any of them.
Yeah.
Did you say Jews?
Yeah, but you know what it is? He had enough followers to be able to print out the business card and say, "I'm a podcaster." In fact, in his Twitter bio, he says he's a strategist. I guarantee you that guy's not a strategist for anything.
One thing that I'm always surprised about is, like, you'll find a lot of these like little progressives are all verified on Twitter, and then they'll de-verify Milo for doing something wrong, and it's just like, or for going against the narrative or whatever.
Will they ever reverse that on Milo, you think?
No, I don't think they will.
Well, isn't Anita Sarkeesian in charge of that not?
No, she's not.
She's not in charge.
She's just an advisor.
Okay.
They probably consult her once a month or something. Yeah. There's no fucking way.
She's like she's amongst. You've got Feminist Frequency, and then you've got like another 13, 14 other companies.
It's 40 or so, man.
Is it 40?
Yeah, it's a huge list. It's not. She's really a small part of it, and she's just gone down there, pressed the flesh, and then fucked off.
Yeah.
You know? And that's in the white knight for her. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, but people like us, I guess, will get so worked up. She's like that. People think that she's in charge of it, and she's not. Like, but like you just said, Jacob, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's my point. I think society would be better if we could just see more of Batman's ass. I mean, let's just...
Well, I second that.
Yeah.
Everything will sort itself out.
I think you're looking at this the wrong way. What we need to see less of is Catwoman's ass, because that's the real misogyny here. So
you want a no-platform Catwoman's ass?
Anita does.
Holy shit, bitterness. You know what I think she needs? She needs a nose job. I mean, she needs to take that next step and do the Anna Kasparian thing, because she clearly is unhappy with how she is being perceived or her sexual prowess at this moment.
I've never heard her comment on Dukesian, so it's a shame.
She doesn't really talk about her own sexuality, though. That's the thing. She's like asexual.
She's probably an absolute deviant.
Oh, she doesn't have a Rebecca Watson story?
Not as far as I know, no.
Okay. Rebecca Watson was a dog, though. I mean, at least Anita's kind of hot. Anita's kind of hot. I mean,
wait a minute.
I think so too, but everyone's like,
timestamp that. She is not hot. Guys, look at this. But you guys, everybody at home, that is a testament to the women of England. What you just heard, their standards are so goddamn low.
I'm not putting my name to that.
You would not kick her out of bed, is all I'm saying.
I wouldn't let her in.
Yeah, but that's not fair. You can't hold us to that criteria. Come on. We're men. But what position would we choose is the question.
I'm not even going into it. But so who would you guys want to debate with then? Who would you want to be able to get a one-on-one conversation with? Conversation.
There was this discussion with Gad Sad, but I mean, in terms of...
No, I mean like a regressive. Talk to about their fucking views. But you can get Gad Sad, and he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
You're just going to agree with him on stuff.
You mean who we can't get? Who we would want to get?
Who we can't get, who we'd want to get.
Okay. Well, I burn bridges everywhere I go, so I have no chance of talking to anybody. But,
at least you're self-aware enough to see that.
Yeah,
it would need to be somebody with a large platform.
I would like Bob Chipman. I would like Bob Chipman. Just half an hour with Bob Chipman. I think I could kill himself.
What about you and Devon with that guy?
No, well, I mean, what do you know about Bob, Dev?
Never heard of him. Who is he?
Yeah. He's a fat SJW.
What's his a YouTuber?
I hate him already.
A Twitter guy? What is he?
He is a fat SJW. What the fuck do you want from me?
There's nothing new there, dude.
Some of the chats like White Debate Regressors, man, to fucking expose what they are, so people can see fucking what they are. Man.
That sounds like that other guy. What's that other fat guy that you used to debate?
Oh, Jim Sterling?
No, the guy from Birmingham.
Oh, Kevin Logan.
Kevin Logan.
Kevin Logan's just fun, man.
He's like your pseudo friend.
Yeah, no, he's like my frenemy or something. Kevin's alright as long as you don't talk about feminism. Then it's like fucking autistic. It's like, what? Kevin,
Yeah, but-
I know, but you're so intrinsically linked with Jenny McDermott for some reason. I don't know why.
Who?
But here's the thing: the actual answer to that question. The thing is, I don't want to talk to any of these people because I can do the same thing by just critiquing their videos.
Yeah, but
because
it's more attention grabbing when you're doing it live because the person when you get them, like at the end of the chat I had with the dude, I said something that was quiet. That's the hammer blow. That's it.
Yeah.
When they can't respond to you, that's what we need to show people.
Yeah, I could see the point of that. But I mean, that's also drama, which is you criticize me for causing drama, but
I criticize you for
but the wider
unnecessary Twitter drama.
No,
This is
the
actual
wider
drama that
audience,
matters.
Carl, you know the wider audience loves the fucking drama. You know that.
Yeah, but
And there's a reason why they love it, because it does have some substance.
Yeah, it
in
does.
some respects.
But the climax of it is that silence, man. When they
Right, and I love that. Yeah, that's the funniest thing.
Yeah, it is. But the thing is, that's what we've got to get, and we've got to get it in person with them talking, so people can hear their voices, people can hear them falter. You know, that's what people need to see.
The stutter, the dead air. I love that.
I love it. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. When they don't come back, it's like, right, gotcha. And
Yeah. Of course, that's all you need.
And so that's what we need to get more of around, just generally. That's what people need to be talking to SJWs for that to happen.
Right.
You know,
Let's start a channel just for that. We'll call it the Dead Air channel.
No, you're right, though. I think you're right, because I think this is how people were converted or came to the side of atheism, by seeing Hitchens and Harris like live debate people.
Yeah.
And like Harris would crack, and he would crack a joke, and it would be so laced with truth that the entire audience, like the religious people in the audience, had to laugh. And it was like, oh shit, he's actually like putting in work right now, real time, and people are changing. So that's good. I mean, Sam Harris, if he just did like little critique videos on a little YouTube channel, I don't think he would have had the same impact.
Exactly. I really think it's the impact of. That is drama and theatre, I guess. But like, you know, it really does prove to people these people have run out of arguments. You know, they've lost the argument. And so, Devon, if you were talking to Cenk, how would you approach it?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it would be so inflammatory and it would be so vicious. There's so much vitriol on both sides that, like, you know what it would be? It would be like two brothers who they would need to wrestle and fight for like a good couple hours, and then like in a pool of their own blood, might have a conversation and get a drink.
It would be like Cain and Abel, definitely. But the funny thing is with Cenk Uygur is he has already been publicly embarrassed by Sam Harris. You know, that 3-hour conversation.
Yes.
You just have to replay that over and over again till the end of time. And
but he doesn't see that as a public bloodying of his face, does he?
But
like, he'll deny it. He'll deny that all day long.
You'll never get him to admit that, even with somebody like Devon.
Of course.
He's not going to concede any points because he's too proud and stupid.
It's weird.
So you need a public bloodying, is what you need.
Yeah. In their minds, they think Sam Harris is just some uppity neuroscientist who's just like out of his depth. Like it's like they don't respect him.
That's what Abby Martin said about him on Joe Rogan. She's like,
that was classic.
I don't feel the need to debate a neuroscientist. What the hell does he know about foreign policy?
Right.
And it's like, Abby, you just graduated from, the school of buttfuck nowhere with a degree in something that we've already forgotten. Yeah, a degree in Google.
I love the way they think that, like, someone who's got the skill to become a neuroscientist wouldn't also be like, I think I'll go into politics. What are you going to read? Nothing. I don't do research. I don't do work. I've done all that when I was a neuroscientist. As if he wouldn't take the time to, analyze why he wants to do what he's going to do.
How about this one? Sargon versus Russell Brand in public.
Like it. Love it.
Okay, well, what would we be talking? Because, I mean...
you can make that up. You can wing that one, dude.
Doesn't matter. Islam, for starters.
Anything.
Okay, well, yeah, talk to him about Islam.
Astra, whatever it is. Astra... What the fuck's he into again?
He's
Astra something again. No, he's into all sorts of weird shit, right? He's like a hippie, like a born-again hippie or something.
Well, it's funny. He had 1 million subs and he just left YouTube. Just a hiatus, a walkabout. But he'll come back. I mean, he wants to be relevant, I think.
Well, I thought somebody like him, and then I also thought maybe Jeremy Corbyn would be a good one, because he actually has a platform.
Okay.
And I know that if I had a conversation with him, it would not go well for him.
Jesus Christ,
I have a question, a silly question, but okay. So you have a bunch of subs, and you are known online in America. Are you even more popular in England? Like, are you kind of like a quasi-celeb over there?
Who's that? What? Is that aimed at me? Oh. Yeah. No, I'm not a celebrity.
People don't recognize you. You're walking around.
No, of course not.
What, even with that beard, Carl?
Even with that beard.
Wow.
I
Incredible.
was watching your archery video today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were saying that you were tweaking your nipples?
I was. Man, I tell you what, that fucking bow.
It takes some arm strength, huh?
Yeah, that bow's not particularly heavy, but, I mean, a heavy one would.
Such a nerd.
Big time. And how's your Dave Rubin meetup? What do you think of Dave?
I haven't met him. I didn't end up going to the United States in the end because I need to get a new passport. Yeah, no, it really is actually. It's a pain.
And you were too lazy to get a new passport?
Yeah, honestly, I'm really lazy. I really actually do need to go and get one, but I just can't be fucked.
You have to move through all those puzzles.
Yeah, Dave's a cool guy.
I heard you're working on a new video game called Heroes of Everforge. Is that true?
I'm not sure I can spell that.
Okay. How much time do you dedicate to your game?
About, I don't know, 6 hours a week, something like that.
Nice. So this is like Brian Griffin's novel, basically?
Basically, yeah. It is actually progressing, though, because it actually saves itself. But no, it is coming. It's just, I'm just really busy all the time. It's pissing me off.
Fuck that. It pisses him off. Bullshit.
Are you involving...
It's good to be busy, dude. It's good to be busy.
Are you involving Feminist Frequency and during the development of that game?
I have consulted with her, but she hasn't replied. I don't know why.
So long as Catwoman has an appearance, I'll play the beta.
Yeah, well, because you keep saying "fuck that bitch."
I just like the way now you can just get a clip of you saying "I'll play the beta."
Yeah, cut that.
Yeah.
Timestamp.
I stepped in that one.
Well, my next to I wouldn't kick Anita out of bed. We got a perfect loop.
Yeah, actually, Jacob said nigger earlier on, so we have quite a good little remix here.
Yeah, that's two hangouts in a row then.
Well, all we need is the other two to say it now, and we've got a little song going.
Carl, you first.
Oh no! Don't force him into it.
No, if you say it just for the sake of it, that probably is racist.
No, we'll sound by that.
No, in the honor of Michael, Kike.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Who?
Beautiful.
Michael Brooks.
Michael Brooks.
I had no idea. What are you talking about?
Honestly, that guy's name is such a forgettable name too. Like I already know I'm going to forget that name. Michael Brooks. Come on, Levy.
It's the sort of guy you'd expect. Oh God, what's his name? The geek who's in. I totally threw that fucking sentence.
What geek? There's so many geeks out there. Too many to shake a stick at.
The one.
Yeah. Because he's thinking of somebody British, I guess.
No, it's an American guy. He's in Superbad. Michael Cera. Michael Cera. You got him to play Michael Brooks in the movie.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
Yeah.
No, but he's of the same mold as Max Blumenthal. Isn't that guy? You guys know what I'm talking about? Anti-Jewish Jew. I mean, I just hate these group. God. It's like God chose them as the chosen people, and then they backstab their own chosen people. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those examples where I'm going to be like, yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, but I don't agree with him on this.
Yeah, see? If you play it back, he's drunk. He doesn't understand what a self-hating Jew is because there are no Jews in Swindon, correct?
Probably. I have no idea.
Yeah, I've lived.
How many are in the UK, actually?
There might be something Winnish.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe 100,000? Something like that?
I guess we can Google it. Hang on.
Yeah.
Number of Jews in the UK. Stormfront.co.uk.
It's got Stormfront.
I guarantee you that
it doesn't. It's got, 291,000 apparently.
Okay.
Fuck all.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, they've fled to Israel, haven't they?
Yeah. Buggered off out of England. England's a shithole. Right. Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to Michael Brooks and people like that.
About the self-hating Englishman. It's not that bad. England's a shithole. I hate it.
Dude, I came from Bradford. What are you talking about? That is a fucking shithole. Yeah, I went from Muslim Bradford to redneck Texas.
I would like to get. Let me get Sargon on the record. Pegida UK just had a rally close to you.
Did they?
Did you not? You missed all that? You didn't
I wasn't
hear any
listening. No, I wasn't aware. I don't really pay attention to them.
Couldn't care less. Do you have Muslims in your town?
Not really. We've got quite a small Muslim population, so yeah.
You're in Birmingham, right?
No, Swindon.
Oh, Swindon. Oh, Swindon.
Oh, God, Birmingham. God,
those slugs? Slugs, mate. Those fucking slugs.
Yeah, basically. Why do you think I'm here?
That was the branch that was downsized in the first
It was.
Of the office. They all moved to Slough.
Okay, so then let me ask you.
I'm not from Swindon. There's no way of defending this place. I spent 8 years living in Germany. I didn't fucking.
Yeah, they're all slugs, mate.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm here. I make the effort to move here. Jesus Christ. In Swindon, they have 2 different streets called The Street.
All right, Carl.
Just let that sink in.
Carl, is Swindon better than Slough?
I haven't actually been Slough because I heard it was so bad, so I don't know.
It's The Office, dude. For fuck's sake, man.
I don't watch it, man. Ricky Gervais is too good at being cringeworthy, and I can't. The cringe is too much, man.
I'm sorry, man.
My brother says exactly the same thing. He says he's such a great comedian, but I can't watch him because he's too good at what he does. Like I end up biting my nails.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that character fucking down, man. It's too good. I can't do it.
No, he's not too good. He's fucking awesome. It just makes me laugh every time.
The movie's coming out, so stay tuned. He's going to have a resurgence.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Carl. That was the whole Swindon Slough thing.
Oh, that's all right, man. Sorry, I don't know it. Sorry. But Swindon,
good.
You know, Swindon's not that bad. Right? Swindon's actually got like.
Swindon's not that bad.
I'm on record now. Swindon is actually not that bad, right? But the thing is, the people of Swindon go around telling each other that Swindon's a shithole, and I'm just like, you guys are what makes Swindon what it is. So you all go around telling yourselves that it's a shithole, telling each other that basically the town you live in, the town you make, is shit because of you people, right? Yeah. I mean, the people in Bristol are completely opposite. Bristol is an SJW fucking haven. They go around saying, "Oh, isn't Bristol wonderful and inclusive and diverse?" And we have all these stupid festivals and shit. They're so proud of their fucking city. Whereas people in Swindon are like, "No, it's shit." It's just like. You don't have to say it's shit. It doesn't have to be shit.
It's really not that shit.
Are you going to stay there for the indefinite future?
Well, at the moment, but no. I've got some family who live like near here and just near here really. So it's just convenience really.
I like how you stuck up for it not being that shit.
It's not that shit. That's the thing. It's
not that shit.
It's a genuine observation. I've been to a lot of places, and a lot of places are worse than Swindon. So.
It's true. I think like most places in Britain are just average. They're just generally average. There's some nice places. You know, London, Edinburgh, that's kind of it. Everything else is just average. And then you've got the really shit.
Yeah, and then it's just slides down into mediocrity from there, and then just worse. And so, yeah, Swindon's. I mean, the house prices in Swindon are ridiculous. You know, some of the houses are like, you know, like detached 3-bedroom, £250,000. Fuck you. You know, fucking, it's ridiculous. But it's because it's on the rail line across the country. So.
What was that poem that was written about Slough?
By John Betjeman.
Yes.
Come friendly bombs and fall on Slough. It isn't fit for humans now. Yeah. It's worth Googling. It's funny.
I know. It just makes me laugh that I'm not there. I'm sorry.
Quick update here. I'm a little bit in shock. Bernie has won or is leading in Colorado, which is a lot of white people, and the blacks are not coming to the aid of Hillary there. But Hillary is winning in Minnesota. So it's looking to be around 8 states to 3 right now, I would say.
So Sanders is getting trounced.
It's not as bad as it could have been, but it might be enough for him to not quit, basically, which is what the regressives are going to be hoping for.
So that's the intention of this thing tonight, is that Bernie basically stops being a candidate.
They put a lot of pressure on because there's so much money being spent on these campaigns, even on Bernie's. And
but is that the intention of this whole thing?
Pick a candidate.
Stops. Okay.
And they also
I'm asking I'm just asking, it's like a numbnut. I mean, I know I live here, but
sure. No, they want momentum against the Republicans. They want a united front.
Well, what I like about this is Anthony's the only one actually in America.
Yeah, right.
And he's the one who's like, I don't know anything. Someone with the Germans and the Brits, please educate me.
Yeah, well, I'm more familiar with English politics, which is when Sargon talks about what he does about the European Union, or when you talk about it, Jacob, it's very much very relevant to what I think. You know, I'm more interested in that.
Yeah.
So when's your Brexit video coming out, Sargon?
I'll be doing it at some point this week.
And what is your stance?
I'll leave.
Leave.
The EU is anti-democratic. I don't want to stay in this.
Yeah,
wait a minute, Sargon is against everything politically. You would have expected him to be like, I'm really pro this.
He's a contrarian. I'm telling you.
If the EU had a proper democratic structure, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Or at least I would have less of a problem with it.
I just like winding you up. Sorry.
It's not my fault that everything's shit. You know, I didn't make everything shit. I'm actually actively trying to change that. But the thing is, we've got to understand that everything is a bit shit.
I think if the four of us were tasked with setting up the EU, it wouldn't be shit. You know, we do a pretty good job, but we weren't asked.
Than it is.
Okay, I have a dumb question from an American to British people.
Yeah,
why is it that a guy like Tommy Robinson can speak at Oxford and Sargon cannot?
Well,
or has not?
No one's ever asked me to, so...
Would you want
Would
to?
you?
I don't know what I'd say. I'd probably... I don't know. What would I say to them?
I certainly think you could certainly be invited to do a debate there, I think.
What, red pill some bitches on fucking SJWs?
Would you wear that purple dress that chick would wear? That
with the sachet. Yeah.
Why is that even a question? What else would I wear?
You would have to wear the traditional black suit.
The problem is looking haughty enough.
Here, yeah. I mean, yeah. Peter Hitchens got up there. I saw him speaking out. I think he was saying some reasonable stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah, he has his moments, but then he doesn't.
Like he's very principled. So if he has a principle you happen to agree with, he argues it really well, and he happens to believe in free speech. So that's great.
Isn't it remarkable though that he is still a Christian? This is a guy getting into his 60s, and like
that must be... Sorry, go on.
His brother is Christopher Hitchens. I mean, surely he has read everything his brother's written, right?
That's the thing. I reckon it's probably a reaction that it doesn't. It's against his brother that he's a Christian.
But he's so unaware. Like he tweeted out one time, he's like, atheists are just completely humorless and the most boring people to be around. And I just replied to him, Christopher. I just literally replied that to him. And it's like, I mean, that's the only response you have to make. And it's like, how has he not worked this out already?
Oh man!
Everyone's got some bullshit, and I think that's obviously his.
I love it when Christopher gave his speech about Just on the letter B, I've been to Baghdad, Beirut, Bangladesh. You'd list off like 100 places he's been, and you're just thinking, God damn it, I'd love to just spend one night on one of those field trips.
Mm.
You know, drinking whiskey and whatnot.
Yeah, man.
You don't drink, Devin.
Apparently not like you guys. Yeah, I'm not. Alcoholism doesn't run in the family, but
alcoholism.
I drank with you when we were in Vegas.
Yes, you did, pal. Yeah.
Sargon, do you meet your viewers, your stalkers?
No, not really.
Did you have something go terribly wrong?
So,
No, not really.
No, I just don't really go anywhere.
Oh, so, but wait,
Fuck
what?
those cunts.
It's not about not
What
wanting
if
to.
they-
It's just about the fact I'm too lazy to go.
So, but if they come to you, they go, Sargon, huge fan. I'm in Swindon. I'm at this little hotel. You want to meet
That's
up?
happening.
What do you
Yeah,
say?
that's
Hotel.
I mean, let's travel it.
I'm in a purple dress. I wore to the Oxford Union.
I might take him up on this because I go to London to visit my sister. How far away from London is Swindon?
about an hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
power by train.
All right, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, I imagine like an Alan Partridge situation. I don't know why.
Mm. We could do James Bond impressions to each other.
Yes.
God, I don't watch James Bond.
No, Alan Partridge.
Oh, I don't watch Alan Partridge either.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? What do
I
you?
know. I know. No, it's actually not. Again, I'm lazy.
You've never watched Alan Partridge? Are you
Yeah,
kidding
and
me?
I just can't be fucked. I'm sure
Blackadder.
he's really good. I like the dude who does it.
Blackadder.
Oh yeah, I
Hold
love
on.
Blackadder. I've seen that.
Let me try to get a baseline on you. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're not like totally.
We got through that one.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I've only got so much free time, so it's like I can only really
I know.
follow
Yeah.
things at a time.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
got
that's-
a baby like I have, so I understand.
That's another question for you. When did you like step on the accelerator and go full time on all this?
Oh, ages ago, actually.
Yeah, like a years or
Yeah, like a year ago or something.
okay. Because you're pretty like passionate. Like you definitely do your homework and you're like pumping out videos. So
Yeah,
bravo for that.
I've got a lot that fucking needs doing, man. There's always so much to do, you know.
Mhm. What were
This is
your
your
thoughts on
full-time thing, right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
This is your full-time thing, right? This is what you do for a
Yeah,
job.
this is my job. Yeah.
What were your thoughts on Jenny McDermott's outing of Armored Skeptic?
Pretty much the same thing that my thoughts on Twitter are when you say Jenny McDermott.
I didn't even have to finish
That
the
doesn't
sentence.
matter. It just doesn't matter. Jenny McDermott, you know.
But you guys are acquaintances. You guys are, you know.
Yeah, I've like had a hangout with her, so
But do you guys DM or what?
no, of course not.
Okay.
I want to DM you.
She left a comment on one of my videos the other day.
Oh yeah.
She said that Devin treats us all like shit.
Oh,
Meaning the
Devin, you're such an asshole.
he's an
God,
asshole.
I'm joking.
Dick.
I know.
Jenny has called you out. How are
You know what it
gonna
is,
respond?
honestly? I view myself in a weird way as a big brother to all these people out there. Like, I'm giving tough love to them. But it's like, it's coming from a good place. You know, it's like,
I hope it is.
I'm
Yeah.
big brothering everybody.
Sure, you mean well.
Very kind of you.
I think people can see that.
Yeah, well, she's a cunt, and everybody knows that as well.
She's a lunatic. She's
Oh, yeah,
but no, she's not a lunatic. She's a fucking attention whore. That's what she is.
Yeah, I
She's
think
look-
she knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, she does know exactly what she's doing, and
But you have an affinity with Kevin, though. You do seem
yeah,
to
I
like
like Kevin Logan.
Wait, why? Defend that.
He's just funny. Isn't he?
defend that clam.
Have you never met a living potato before? Like a human potato? I've never met one that can talk and make YouTube videos. It's incredible.
Okay.
Why would
So
you-
he's a play toy. He's a ball of string.
No, kind
He
of.
is.
Yeah,
He
a little
is.
bit. But
He is.
it's just because he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's brilliant. Everything.
Yeah, so he's a ball of string, dude. That's all he is.
Yeah,
He's just a plaything to you.
Kind of, yeah.
Does a guy like Kevin Logan, does he parlay this into some pussy, or is that not happening?
I don't know what's happening. I would have to ask him, but I really doubt that's happening.
Yeah. You never
And
hear
not
like a
because I'm not
woman's
rooting
voice
for
off
either,
in the
man.
distance.
I want him to be getting winters as much as anyone else. You know, I'm rooting for Ika. Totally behind you.
Oh, one other question. What is your female demographic percentage of your audience?
About 10%.
Same all
Nice.
round, I think.
Nice.
It's like
Yeah.
it must be the same 10%.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I thought it was something
No, it's
personal.
mostly now. But that's, you know,
Yeah.
because YouTube is fucking transphobic.
Yeah, right.
No, it literally is, actually. Like, I do have a bunch of trans viewers, but they're like,
They're not registered.
Yeah, they're not registered. There's no category for it.
Sargon doesn't. But Sargon
trans
doesn't really interact with his audience, really.
Oh,
So
really?
what?
Well, you don't really interact with him very much, do you?
He'll leave
Yeah, I
comments.
do. I leave comments all the time, and I talk to people
No,
on
but you
Twitter.
don't hang out with him. I mean,
I don't do
Oh,
hangouts,
right.
but I still talk to people.
That's lowbrow. He's above that now.
No, I'm just lazy. Jesus Christ, it's the effort.
He's in a hangout right now.
yeah, only because
Because
you're
I'm drunk.
inside Voltaire's here.
So wait, we don't have consent on this, basically?
You can't have consent on this. It's not like
Well,
No means no.
maybe we can get consent tomorrow. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, you've got to get affirmative consent, and I've got to be in a position to do it. So don't you dare take advantage of me.
Well,
Right, so Sargon, follow me on Twitter. You can't.
Well, what's your
My
Twitter thing?
what? My Twitter thing? What is it, Devon?
Skullduggery?
At TX.
No, it's
Oh,
yeah.
that's something weird.
Yeah, forget that.
For my 10%,
Okay, I can't follow you on Twitter. Go on.
I'll follow you. Fuck you. Go
yeah,
ahead.
the 10% of women that watch my videos, I consider that preemptive consent. Like, just that's my blanket statement to them.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see Kevin Logan's video about this. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, but that
it's on rape. It's the inevitable joke on rape. Shut up.
Sargon, that's why I knew I would like you, is because I would find that we have the same enemies. Like Kevin Logan has done videos against both of us. A skeptic feminist has done videos against both of us. Jenny McDermott. I mean, it goes on and on.
Yeah. I love the Mangina Sphere. I think it's brilliant. About 2,000 really angry feminists.
Did you coin that?
I don't know, maybe. But it's just brilliant. It's the least relevant group ever, but they're so funny, and they're actually willing to talk about their issues. So you can actually get them to.
Yeah. Can you quantify how irritating it is to talk to a male feminist over a female feminist? Like,
That's a good
because
question.
a Steve Shives, he rubs me in a different way than a.
Yeah, there is definitely the urge to punch Steve Shives. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably good that we're doing this over the internet.
Yeah.
Well, he prefers Angel to Buffy, which makes me want to punch him already.
Yeah, what a fucking sexist.
He doesn't even know what he likes. He knows what he likes from what his wife tells him that he likes.
His music is sexist. I can know that.
He knows what he likes, but the thing is, his wife disapproves of what he likes, and so now she's using feminism to bully him. It's actually really fucking sad.
Do you think he knows how bad that video he did with him and his wife comes across?
No.
Like,
No.
would he ever consider taking that down, or would the wife catch wind of that and be like, "What the fuck?"
He would have taken it down. yeah, probably. She'd probably bust his ass for that.
She's like, "Honey, why is this video private and unlisted?"
She's probably got control of his YouTube account. You're right.
Oh, she'll know all the keyboard shortcuts.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
But it's so funny though, because when he gets outside of his echo chamber and bubble and did that interview with the Thinking Atheist, was that a shock to him? The reaction he got? Like,
Oh, well, the one where we were just shit posting to hell in the chat.
Yeah.
the dislikes. I mean,
Fantastic.
I swear to God, that was one of the best times I've ever had in my life.
yeah. But like,
The chat was the show.
The chat exists.
That was literally.
oh, that was fun. Oh my God.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that was brilliant. But yeah, sorry, what was the question?
Well,
There
actually,
were over
no.
1 million subscribers in that chat. Well over 1 million subs. Just
so funny.
shit posting left, right, and center. It was fantastic.
Walk me through the psychology of Steve Shives when he looks and he sees he has like 15,000 downvotes. Like,
Well, they're all right-wing misogynists, aren't they?
yeah, does it like embolden them? And they think, look, we must be hitting a nerve here. All the bigots have come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, basically, that's exactly.
Because
what
like you and I did videos against Cologne, and that is the most disliked video on the Young Turks. And I wonder how they spin that. Like how they didn't come out with another video saying, you know what, we've rethought this.
That's the point.
Mm.
Honestly, they must put it down to like whatever the dismissing label is, racist or bigot or homophobe, whatever. They're just going to dismiss 11,000 people on that regard. It's like, man, I don't think you could find fucking 11,000 actual avowed racists. You were like, I'm a racist. You couldn't find
Literally.
them all together.
Sargon,
literally an army.
there are 5,000 KKK members in the U.S. 5,000. If every single one of them went and downvoted that video, it would be like, wouldn't be a blip.
Exactly, it would be half.
They all need puppet accounts.
Exactly, and so they're like, they must be looking at going, right, 11,000 fucking downvotes. There must be something that we've got to double down on here.
Yeah, right. Something needs to be intensified. We're not sure what.
Yeah.
There's something off here. My God. Shit. But they just keep going. They just filibustering their way through life.
Yeah,
And that's what it is.
No, they are. It is bamboozling the shit. You know, they've got all these fucking stupid, like, pseudo-academic terms that they've literally just conjured out of their fucking asses and gone, no, well, we've redefined words you know, and we've got a bunch of words you don't know. You need to start listening to us. And it's like, wow, it's the best con job in the world. You know?
Did he ever respond to you with regards to that $1,000 that you offered him?
He responded to, like, the ether in Twitter.
Oh, okay, but not,
I think he called him a misogynist.
Okay, but not, but not to you directly. No.
No, he was just. I don't think he can ever say my name. I think my name has power over him. So I think he says like that man or something. Or that
oh God.
Certain YouTubers or something.
Voldemort effect.
Basically, yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I'm like.
So you create that. Okay, so I was thinking about this, right? So you create this massive like internet bubble around yourself, right? That basically can't be like poked or prodded by anybody, really.
What?
Because he's blocked everybody. And
Steve, right.
Yeah.
He wants to be popular, though, so it's a dilemma. He can't stay in the bubble.
He's got to be. He's you know, a media outlet. He's a professional YouTuber. He's got to be popular. You know?
But he also can't defend his ideas. And
so what would you do if you were ever in that position, Sargon? What would you do?
What, if I was an SJW?
Like if you just said something really fucking stupid. Or
12,000 downvotes. Well, the video he posted with Jacob has more dislikes than he's ever gotten. Will you take it down?
No, of course I wouldn't take it down. I mean, my conversation with Pixie Jenny's still up, and that's like where I lost horribly, you know. Yeah, absolutely. I was again like not sober, and I shouldn't have let her in. I didn't really. I'm not like.
That's the kind of thing I do, man. That is the kind of thing.
I'm not drunk very often, but it's like just the occasional I do. I happen to go on the internet like an idiot. But yeah, so I leave it up. It's fine. It's history. It's what's happened. I'm not ashamed of losing. You know,
that's one thing I do like about you, man. It's like you're not scared of being wrong. You're not scared of saying stupid stuff.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's like that concept.
Your opinion.
You know how Donald Trump has "fuck you" money, where you reach a certain level. Sargon has "fuck you" subs.
Well, I lost 40,000. Whatever.
I've never lost 40,000.
I lose 20,000 subs a week. You can...
I lost 5.
That's Steve Shive's motto. Have you looked at his channel stats? They were really bad.
But I love
uses about 5 subscribers a day.
But I love like the tumbleweed effect, where he'll have like 50,000 subs, but nobody watches his videos. So what's the point?
Man.
Yeah, the engagement matters so much. He hasn't got any of it.
Does he even do anti-religion videos anymore?
He's reading the Quran, isn't he? Or no? He was thinking about doing it.
Yeah, he was thinking about doing it, and then he realized that'd be oppressive.
Yeah, and then he did a video about Islamophobia instead. So.
And then he called everyone a racist.
Same difference.
Well done, Steve.
You must fucking hate that guy, dude.
I don't hate him at all. I think he's funny. I think.
No, but okay, I'll rephrase it. You must find him very infuriating.
Only when he's like directly talking shit, like oh well.
He always does that. What are you talking about?
The fathers don't get to see the sons. Oh, toddle off to the men's rights forum. Steve, that's actually a genuine issue that maybe we should be a little more empathetic about. That's a really shit situation. It's like no, I've got no time for you. It's like, oh wow, you're a cock. So
you as a very large YouTuber, I mean, do you see that as just like something you're just going to go, well, fuck that guy then? Like, let's just move on to something else.
Well, yeah, obviously, just
Well,
if he's not willing to defend his ideas, that reflects badly on him, not me.
Of course. Yeah.
And there are bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve's just like a sort of notch on the bedpost.
Yeah.
I think there are people in this world that want to give speeches and those that want to debate, and
I think there's just a lot of people on the internet that just want to see him get fucked up. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he's been a prick for such a long time. He really has.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, but people want to see that confrontation. I think that's what it is. It would make massive viewership, and
even some of her friends were like, "I've tried talking to him, but he won't have it."
Yeah. Fuck me.
But what I love is
that Meridian frosting was fantastic.
I got what was the name of the woman he was having a conversation with on his channel, like a K something. I love that she's left me a glowing review on his channel.
Oh,
I think it's fucking brilliant. That must haunt him.
Because she's a friend of his, right?
Or at least she's someone like he knows.
It's like associated with her, I think.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it reminds me of what TJ, the Amazing Atheist, did to Jacqueline Glenn. Just to piss her off, he put my channel as one of his recommended channels.
Took her off.
Okay, on that note, why don't you go and talk to TJ?
Talk to him?
Dude,
Go on the Drunken Peasants. And
I talk to him on direct message all the time. Well, not all the time.
Go on the Drunken
2 days
Peasants
ago.
and give him hell, man.
Well, but it's not even that. It's his brother.
Fuck his brother.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah, but go on and say it to him.
Yeah, but it's
No. Devin wants
You know
Devin
what
just
it
wants a one-on-one conversation with TJ.
I would do a one-on-one any day, but it's just that environment. It just feels
Okay.
like the Thunderdome. It's just like, what is
Again, yeah, but what are you? Sorry, what happened to being alpha?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, but you're too afraid to go talk to TJ and the Drunken
Well,
Peasants.
no, you just said afraid. No, there's no fear. It's just, what's the point? What do I gain from that? By the way, do you know what his fans are like?
I don't
like,
care what
I
his fans are like. You humble them.
No, but they come after. They chase you. Like, I have to get them off like they're leeches.
So?
I hate them. Carl, I hate them.
But the thing is, he's sounding like
that.
he's sounding like some sort
Carl,
of boogeyman now.
Carl, what it is, right? Devin won't do the Drunken Peasants because it's their environment. Devin wants to talk to TJ. He's not interested in talking to Scotty or anything like that.
Also, look, there's a principle of it. I'm not going to help them make money. They list me as a crazy person in their segment. They're like, the crazy people, and it's like G-Man, and it's Devin Tracy, this UCLA grad. Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but that's why you should go on and fucking show that you're not. You know, make him look fucking stupid.
Yeah, but he's
think
trying
they're
to.
wrong.
Yeah, but then you're just trying to prove something that you've got nothing to prove, man.
Yeah, it's like saying, Sargon, have you stopped beating your wife? If you
Yeah.
care to defend that, just come on our show in front of.
No, but why don't you go check her eyes? You know.
Right.
Yeah, but you're thinking of if Devin went on the Drunken Peasants, then it'd be like a popularity thing, and he'd get a bunch of subs, I guess, or whatever.
Well,
Which
that's
is
the
absolutely nothing that you're interested in.
It's
I know.
popularity. Fuck popularity. It's about
No, but
fucking. It's about going there and fucking raising hell.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a productive conversation, man.
No,
I've heard you on the Drunken Peasants, and you go on there kind of slightly drunk, and you're having a laugh and everything else, and I get that, right?
Relaxed, but I
Dude,
don't hate them.
I don't hate them either, right?
But we know who does.
No, Devin doesn't hate them either. I've been called out on the Drunken Peasants, and I've been asked to the Drunken Peasants, and I've rejected their claims as well. I don't want to go on there.
No, I'm friendly
Just
with
not-
Paul's ego and TJ.
Yeah,
They're nice
Okay,
guys.
but I would go on there to troll their fans. If that was the case, if it's the fans that hate you, I would definitely go there.
Yeah, but you're never going to win that argument, though, are you? It's
Yes,
just
you're trolling them. They're going to trigger. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean,
you
I
trigger
should.
them.
I would do it if I was more like Milo, just trying to be a rabble rouser and just be like, hey, here's my name, get my name out in the public again.
But to be honest,
It's not about getting your name. It's
what
just being a dick.
would you talk about though? Because
Yeah,
they kind of rescinded the accusation that
of
you're a
course.
racist.
But they'd bring up race, and it would just be like, oh god,
Okay, let's talk about that then, because I hear that you're a racist.
yeah.
I hear it everywhere. Why do people call you a racist, Devin?
It's because of his popularity and them going over a video I did against Jacqueline Glenn.
Okay, what was how is that video incriminating you as a racist?
Exactly. But the crux of
Well,
it
no, I
was
don't know. I haven't seen it, so tell me.
they replayed a quote where I said, at one point I said black people should stop committing crimes. If they want to bitch about police brutality and wonder why there are more instances of that, maybe they should stop committing crimes. Maybe you should mention that they commit vastly more crimes than every other subgroup.
Okay, but this is statistically true, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then it was, oh, why don't you talk about poverty? And God, we brought them over here on boats, and it's not their fault, and there's reasons why they commit.
So they
crime.
start denying the agency of black people.
Exactly. And you know how sensitive the issue of race is. I mean, you
But
experienced it tonight.
I think it's interesting just finding people's bullshit area, because everyone's got that look through where they can't stand to really be criticized. Yours is about going on the Drunken Peasants. His is about race. So everyone's got a little bit of bullshit that they hold.
But Carl, you seriously don't know anything about how Devin got into this mess?
I don't.
He's busy.
It was actually the first time I discovered Devin because I used to watch the Drunken Peasants occasionally. I put it on in the background, and I quite liked a lot of the things they had to say. And then they ended up reviewing this guy who I hadn't heard of, and was disagreeing with the review. And I was thinking to myself, actually, he's not saying that. He's actually making more sense, and then I found his channel, and the rest is history. So it's weird.
Yeah, well, they've come full circle. I mean, in that video, I said something where I was like, look, white people are being racist towards white people here, and also black people are being racist towards white people. And the very concept of that made them pause the video and just start doing the Cartman voice out of control, like, oh, here we go, here's a racist, and reverse racism. And they talked about it like it was an impossibility. And now, flash forward like 6 months later.
Hang on. They were actually going on about reverse racism.
Yeah, I mean, they thought the concept was absurd, and you can't be racist towards white people.
Really?
And now they've come full circle, and TJ is spearheading the exact same argument that I did. He's the one that's like the least regressive on the Drunken Peasants now.
No, that's a hell of a reason to go on the Drunken Peasants. I would go on and talk to him about that.
You should. Well,
if
they've changed their opinion now. Oh, me.
Yeah,
well,
but you should talk about that.
Yeah, but look, the one thing I've learned is if you talk about race in public and sign your name to it, and if you're critical of black people in any way, critical of black criminals, you're still going to get called a racist and smeared and dragged through the mud. But the only good thing about it is I've been through the mud, I came out the other side, and I've held up my middle finger, and I've doubled down on all my talking points. So, like, I feel like I'm impenetrable to that now. It's like,
well, there's no reason not to go on. But no, seriously, I understand what you're saying.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but why do you care about the Drunken Peasants? Screw them. I mean, I got my...
Who cares about it?
I don't watch their channel, but I do watch your channel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, happy to have you. Patreon me.
Yeah, no. You're not getting my channels. I don't like you that much.
I just like you. Yeah.
Well, I like your videos enough to watch them. Well, at least some of them, anyway.
And then he throws the caveat of, I watch videos of people that I hate, too, so I just like to watch a bunch of stuff.
I did, but I didn't bring that up.
Oh, please. I'm entertaining you through your adult life. Thank you. I found your video, I think I found one of Sargon's videos just, like, privately, like, quietly. I didn't know that I was supposed to like this. And I was like, oh, this guy...
Dude, I don't think anyone's supposed to like me.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you had a huge following. I was just like... I think I watched the video, liked it, and then looked down at your sub count. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not alone.
Dude,
and I like Jacob's videos. Well, are you going to promote Jacob like I did? Let's get this guy into the ballgame.
Yeah, mirror that guy's videos.
Yeah. Flex your mighty power.
Well, I'm sure we'll do it.
Hang on, go on, Voltaire. What did I speak to you earlier about?
Oh, yeah, well, we talked about... Well, we're going to do a hangout to discuss the migrant crisis, right? We should get that sorted.
Yeah,
Nice.
but I said do a video for my channel and I'll promote you, Span.
Yeah, we'll get me in on that one because I know a lot about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay, well, let me change this conversation. Jacob, will you promote me after you do that video?
I will always promote you, Devin. You know that.
Thank you.
But I don't know what to do the video on. Maybe we should do it on regressives and exactly what one is. So
Foreskin.
This guy gets the message.
Foreskin. Fuck you and your fucking ridiculous absence of foreskin, Devin.
Yeah, no, Jacob, you should do a definitive what is a regressive video. The same way you did the spectrum of Islam and our condemnation of it, which is, like, to me, the definitive video on that. If anybody wants to talk about that, just watch Jacob's video and then come back to me.
Yep.
Well, I'll do that then. And
oh, yeah.
Miss Sargon approves it, you can post it. Perfect.
Maybe.
This is the future of YouTube, man. Just delegate. Delegate to other people.
Yeah, maybe.
This is how the rich white men get rich.
Yeah.
Flex your power, Sargon.
Oh my God,
This is just a bunch of white...
Right.
Three white Englishmen should get this figured out, is what I'm saying.
Four. I'm English.
No, you're born there.
I got my citizenship. I got my passport.
Oh, fuck. We're going to have to get that petitioned.
I'm from Devonshire.
Look at him. I'm from Devonshire.
I honestly think...
Nobody cares, Devon. Nobody cares.
My favorite band is Muse.
I honestly think if you have an American and a British passport, then you're the luckiest person on earth. You know, if you have both of those passports, that's pretty awesome.
Both my son and my daughter have those.
Advantageous.
Yes.
Could Anthony, would you adopt me, and then I can have one as well?
Of course, Jacob.
There you go, sorted.
Of course I would. Yeah, and my wife will have one, and I will have both passports as well. And it is a really advantageous thing, without a doubt.
Do you think there are people out there that are triggered that we're all four straight white males, just talking and planning on how we're going to influence people?
I think people will be triggered that we're four white straight males with intelligence. That's what usually triggers people, because people usually feel intimidated by it.
Arch enemy of Tumblr.
Yeah, who goes on Tumblr, dude? Do you really go on Tumblr?
Nobody, I don't know. I never use Tumblr. I never go there. I never do videos on it. It's fucking nothing. No point.
I've never ever been on Tumblr in my life.
No, I don't really understand it. It's just like.
Is that because it's the social justice equivalent of Christianity? It's just not worth talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, it's flat earthers.
It's been done.
Not like Reddit as well. Reddit. You go on Reddit, Carl?
No, I don't.
What's Reddit all about? You have a Reddit. You have a subreddit.
Yeah, I didn't set it up though.
Oh.
And so I just.
I don't know. What does that mean?
Well, no, I don't really know. I just go on there to find links. I'll go onto the thing and then I'll see the hashtag in the title, so I'll just click on it. I don't use Reddit. So.
Devin, do you use Reddit?
No, it's depressing. It's a hateful community. Honestly, those guys.
Yeah, they are.
I don't even.
Jacob, do you use Reddit? Is anybody use Reddit?
Somebody posted one of my videos on it, and the first comment I got was, "This guy's a racist." First
Nasty.
comment.
Guaranteed.
Yes, right away. And of course I actually went back and forth with him, and he couldn't justify it. I invited him to discuss it in public. He wouldn't do so. But they just have this animosity and this hatred for no reason. It's unjustified.
Is it because it's like completely anonymous? Is that one of the reasons? Or
for sure, that's part of it. It's just the demographic they attract. It's just the worst of the worst. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wonder how you compare communities, because YouTube's got a bunch of nasty people too, but.
Yeah, but we usually call them all out and dox them, so that's good.
They're all our fans, Devin.
Right.
We will dox those motherfuckers.
Man.
No, you thought was watching your videos.
Yeah. Watch your videos at your own risk, basically. Especially if you want to leave a comment.
I'll tell you what, man. It's nice to be in the fucking area of YouTube that can have a fucking joke, though. It really fucking is, man. Because so many places are like. They've got like the hateful sort of ideological jokes that aren't actually jokes. They're just like, sorry, they're just attacks at people. I've been smoking. I shouldn't. They're just attacks at people, and they're not jokes, are they? But you can actually laugh at something on this side of the internet. I like it. It's fucking.
Yeah. Well, this is the side of the internet that we're on.
Yeah, I always get weirded out when people talk about the origin of YouTube and like the year that it came out. That always freaks me out because I feel like YouTube's been here forever. Like it's weird. Like what the fuck was I doing before YouTube?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. I was on MySpace. What was I doing? Just dicking around.
I don't think I used any social media until like 2010, 2009, something like that. I really came late to social media because I was like, oh fuck it.
I was the same, dude. I was the same, man.
I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, it's too much effort. It is way much more effort now. God knows what it's like for you guys. On my small scale, but fuck me.
It's safe to say that Facebook is way more regressive and PC than Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter is surprisingly open, in all fairness. Obviously it's getting worse now, but for the longest time, Twitter is surprisingly fair.
Shit, and the stuff that Isaac puts on there, Christ.
Yeah.
You see hardcore porn, you see people getting their heads cut off, you see everything.
Yeah.
You just see that on Facebook. You do not see it on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow Isaac and Mercedes, so every day I get my double dose of violence.
Yeah, me too.
Man, you should have brought up that Russian woman who beheaded that child in Moscow.
Yeah, but I don't know that that's anything to do with Islam. That could just be her being fucking.
She was shouting out Allahu Akbar, I believe.
You do know about the Cold War, right?
I'm aware of the Cold War.
It all comes back to
there's history. There's history that you're not paying attention to.
Yeah, I love how their history always goes back to the point at which they want to begin the history. It's
so
it starts at the Iraq
Christians
War.
were attacking the Muslims in Spain for no reason.
I love it. History always seems to benefit them, right? 1,400 years of jihad. That history, nah, not so much.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Although I've got to say, I did see I'm going to call it a propaganda video. That was basically saying, oh, look how few crusade battles there have been compared to jihad battles. And this video on their map, they were missing about half of the crusade battles. Don't get me wrong, it still doesn't equal the Muslim jihad battles.
Yeah, well...
But, it doesn't aid their case when leaving out half of Christianity's...
They didn't have to, but this is like arguing whether it's 93% or 90% homophobes in the Middle East.
Okay, maybe not quite that far, but yeah, it is, you're right. It's still not as bad, and
also, the Crusade battles seem to have been totally justified.
Well, yeah, they were defensive wars, so...
Yeah.
This is another thing that I'm sick of hearing about the Crusades. Oh my God, the Crusades. Yeah, what did you expect?
Well, the Crusades have the name recognition. They have the branding.
Mm.
I mean, the jihad, the years-long, jihad doesn't have that. We need to sum that up. Let's get an ad agency on that. Let's figure something out.
And it's funny,
Rebrand the jihad.
people often ask, have you changed your opinion on something? That's something I've changed my opinion on. I used to be anti-Crusade. Now I'm pro-Crusade. now I'm like, okay, I totally understand why those people did that. I'm not a Christian.
Pro-Crusade.
I don't endorse the hideous things they did, but I totally get why they waged those wars. Totally get it.
Yeah, but that's not what people are going to remember. They're just going to remember that Voltaire's ghost is pro-Crusade.
I will be quote mined. I don't care.
Yes,
I'll do it like that.
Kevin Logan's probably masturbating to this video right now. This is going to be great.
What is that guy's problem, by the way?
I don't know.
Feminist. What else? He's got a.
He just seems like I know he has a head like a potato, but he seems to really like you and hate you at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't get it. I don't
get
it.
What I love is that he can't do a Descent of Manosphere episode on me. I absolutely love it because I don't run around calling women cunts and all this sort of stuff.
You should.
Yeah, but I don't really want to.
You used the word on Steph Guthrie.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
and that was beautiful.
Yeah, but that's because it's an accurate description of Steph Guthrie. From her actions, we know that she is a cunt. But I'm not saying it as a sexual slur. I'm saying it because she's a cunt. She acts like a cunt, and that's why he can't do one of those Descent of Manospheres on me because I don't run around saying the things that he needs these people to be saying.
But this is a guy with a tiny YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any influence whatsoever, and yet you seem to, I don't know,
I find him
like him.
Yeah, I just kind of like him.
Yeah,
I guess
you have people like that. Do you have people like that, Devin?
Yeah, but I'm picking my battles a little bit more now. But I think Sargon does stuff just because it entertains him personally. I don't think.
Yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, God, yeah, you should always be doing that. Thank you.
Yeah, that is true. I do a lot of stuff because it does entertain me personally. The Christy Winters video was fucking that was just. I did that literally because I was just having fun, man. It was. She's just Sargon uses all the fallacies. Look at all these fallacies I'm going to use asserting this. And it's just like, okay, just wow.
Did you ever do anything on the Mariam Namazi thing?
I haven't. I watched her interview with Sam Harris, and my God, I love the way even Sam Harris is coming to the end of his patience at the end of that fucking interview.
Right.
He literally says, running out of patience. It's like I'm not fucking surprised. She was constant maneuvering. Constant.
Do you feel like doing a video on that?
Yeah, I might do actually.
Because I think fuck, man, everybody was so pissed.
I really
pissed
should
off
actually.
I contemplated doing something with it, but I listened to it back a couple of times. And
a couple of times?
Every time she comes on and everything she's saying, I just feel like I wouldn't want to put my audience through that again.
Yeah, you couldn't do a whole video. You'd have to snip out a segment of what she was saying.
It's like listening to the My Lai Massacre. It's
audio version?
It's the audio version of that. Oh God Almighty.
You're right. It's so long and it's so involved. Like to actually dissect it would just be such a laborious thing.
Or what you just do is skip the first half hour, and just go from maybe up to 45 minutes. Where she's actually really just he's asking her a direct question and she's just sidestepping it. It's like, what are you doing? The answer is either this or this. Just give the answer.
Yeah, nothing really starts until 35 minutes in anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's
sort of back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's deliberately vague and he has to slowly whittle her down.
Yeah.
So you just get to the actual bit.
And I thought about doing something. Maybe she's constantly criticizing Douglas throughout that, and I thought it could be worth sort of putting together a rebuttal of those specific points.
Yeah.
So I might do that, but
right.
Yeah, you should.
Is
Douglas
Murray the bigot? Right.
That's just unbelievable.
Do you think he would be inspired to retaliate? Because this is quite a public, smear job that she did.
It's funny because he shared a platform with her a number of times and has even called her an ally. And I wonder, he must have listened back to it.
It's gay bashing, isn't it? Technically.
Well, I think he's actually getting to the end of his patience generally with this. If you watch the recent free speech performance he gave, where he was cataloging the need for it, he just looks utterly annoyed and defeated in a way that he has to keep having the same discussion with idiots. Douglas Murray.
Oh, right, sorry.
And I get the impression that listening back to that Mariam interview, it would be the same thing. It's like, do I mean, I'm being called a bigot by somebody who is supposed to be on my side. What do I say to that? You know,
I think Sam in actual real life takes it with a pinch of salt. From what I could gather from what Lala was saying, it's like he doesn't care. I mean, he's just, you know, he'll put his point of view across, and he'll put it across in such a way that everybody can understand in their own way. And if they don't want to understand it, then fuck them. And that's basically the whole of it, really. You know, if you don't want to listen to the guy, and if you don't want to understand his point of view, then he's running out of. And you're right, Jacob. He's running out of patience with regards to trying to explain it to people.
Yeah.
These people should be able to understand at this point. It's not. We're just wasting time if we keep going over this.
I also loved the irony of, you know, a communist railing against like bigotry and lack of nuance and all this stuff and political intolerance.
Don't forget the nuance. Motherfucker, don't you forget that nuance. Because
we can't.
What are we going to do without nuance? Jesus.
The N-word.
Fucking is the N-word. That's me. I can't stand it. I can't stand. Oh, this is the situation with a lot of nuance. No, shut up, Anna. Shut up. You are incapable of nuance. Shut up.
I'll show her some nuance. If she'll come out with me to Luton, I'll show her some nuance.
Exactly.
Plenty of nuance there, Anna.
What annoys me about those is that everyone's talking about the Pew poll results, right? We have exactly as much nuance as we actually need to determine some fucking judgments about this. You know, if they're saying, look, 93% or whatever say, yeah, we should kill homosexuals. Okay, we know who thinks this now, Anna, and it happens to be fucking almost everyone. You know?
It's like in Turkey, it's like 80%.
Yeah, you can't like get nuanced. They literally, individuals went and signed on. I think kill homosexuals. You know, but don't generalize all of them. But these are the people who want to kill homosexuals. This is how they've identified themselves.
Yeah, can we generalize this 80%? Is that all right?
Right. Russell Glasser, he was talking about, I take people on a case-by-case basis, so I view people as individuals. It's like, Russell, we counted the individuals. God damn it.
We got to calculate it, and we actually did the sums, and we got 80% of the individuals. How's that?
Yeah.
The results were eyebrow-raising to say the least. I mean, you know, they're not progressives, mate. They're not progressives.
And I tried to point out to him, I tried to point out that the number you should be worried about is that 100% of jihadists are jihadists. You know, that's 100%.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yep. Focus on that.
But one thing I thought was really important in those statistics that I really wanted to get into, but he literally wouldn't talk about these fucking statistics, is the fact that the more religious and the more devout the person, the more they want Sharia law. I mean, obviously we know this, but this is proven now. You know, these are the actual stats. They literally say the more someone goes to mosque, the more they want Sharia law. You know, and it's like, right, okay, so we know that this is it's intrinsically tied to the religion. I mean, not that anyone would think it's not. You'd have to be a fucking moron to think that somehow Sharia law wasn't tied to Islam. But it's like, you know, it's even a regressive can't go, well, it might be something. What about in India? You know, no, look, you can't deny this. You know,
Sargon, you said it was a nightmare immediately when you said, are you in favor of Sharia? Or no, are you against Sharia? And he wouldn't commit to it.
He was just like, okay. It was just like, I don't know Sharia.
Well, what do you mean? It's interpretation. It's just like, dude, at least, where can we start?
Let's choose one point then. Let's choose one point.
I'm against Saudi Sharia, but Egyptian Sharia is kind of okay.
Right. I mean, it's like, you need to start the debate by saying, do you agree that it's the year 2016? Can we start there? Well, on the Chinese calendar, or what are we talking about?
Yeah. Look, it's not 2016 everywhere.
Exactly.
Fucking hell, man. The way these people think is baffling, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's one of the points, Jacob, is that regressives want to address the non-problem and not the problem. And they will do everything within their ability to get to the non-problem. And it's distraction. It's just filibustering.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, it's anything to avoid actually committing to the point, because as soon as they commit to a point, you can nail them on it, because it's invariably going to be a fucking regressive point, and they know they're going to look stupid. They're desperately avoiding that period of silence where they've got no comeback. That's what they're avoiding.
But you know, the irony of what you just said, Devin, is like, yeah, they are taking it to a second problem, but they're not even trying to solve that one either. This is just a smokescreen. It's just let's not talk about anything.
No, it's literally, if we talk about everything, we can't solve anything. You know?
Yeah, it's like one of those karate masters who like deflects your punch, and like he doesn't want to fight you. He just wants to like fend off all blows.
Until you give up. Yeah. No, it is. That's exactly what it is. fucking critical theory, man. It's such bollocks. It's this fucking. I mean, he wasn't good at it or anything, but it was just like. It's this sort of debating style these people have, and have discovered that it's better to infuriate people than to try and actually win the argument, because they can't win the argument.
Well, the other thing is he was talking in public in front of his people, so he had to like put on this bravado. I wonder what the conversation would sound like if it was in private, because like everybody in his gene pool, like the prospective pussy in his life was listening to you argue.
Yeah, you're a pussy in his life, Jesus. Well, I don't think there was any pussy in his life.
Yeah,
I'd like to see a calendar of his dating.
That's not an extraordinary claim, so you don't need extraordinary evidence.
That was just the default assumption, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, but I mean, a follow-up would be interesting. Would you change topics though, or like you clearly didn't finish that topic? I mean,
sorry, what was that? Sorry.
Would you change topics if you were to talk to him again, or would you still try to convince him?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I suppose I'd probably just try and talk to him about. Actually, I'd probably just try to get a condemnation of Sharia law out of him. That's probably what I'm trying to do. I mean, that's the challenge, isn't it?
But this is what Majid Nawaz was doing with some fundamentalist Muslim in England, and he was trying to say, "Are you against the chopping off of hands? Yes or no?"
Yeah, and
the guy wouldn't answer it.
Bill Maher did that brilliantly with the Canadian politician. She's like, you're saying their ideas are bad? He's like, yeah, I'm saying that stoning women to death or whatever is a bad idea. And she was just there like stumped, man, fucking, just absolutely fucking nothing to say.
Yeah, that's what we need is another feature-length film from Bill Maher. Like, forget the Christianity thing, just go after Islam straight out.
Not just Islam, man. Go after the regressive left.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. But he's regressive on many issues, so he's not going to do that.
Well, what's he regressive on?
Black Lives Matter.
Well, go on.
Vaccinations.
Have you heard him on that?
No, I don't know. That's his position.
I haven't heard him.
Oh yeah,
he's an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, the vaccine thing, I'm not sure.
I'm not that. Yeah, but he's not totally on point with everything.
I don't even understand.
Then what's he supported?
Oh, he just believes in systemic racism and just buys into their narrative, hook, line, and sinker.
Okay, but that's fine because you could be like, okay, explain Barack Obama. He'd be like, oh, and I'd be like, okay, but a racist system against black people isn't going to end up with a black person at the head of this racist system. So
it's a really shit system.
They just say like this.
The system must be so bad if the system can gain control of the system. I mean,
They just say vapid shit like, we got to do something about all these black people getting shot by cops. It's like, what?
Okay, no, I mean that's
as if the
But that's not like the cop's fault.
Is it racist to say that maybe the black people should do something about
Sargon,
getting shot?
They frame it in such a way. They frame it in such a way that's like the other side of that argument is that you're in favor of that. It's like no, there are reasons. There's things that actually happen in each instance, and there are numbers we can look at that. Like I said,
there are certain commonalities between events, sure.
Yeah, but like I said, black people should be getting shot more than every other race in America. They should be.
Okay, I think I know now why they call you a racist.
Yeah, but see,
I think I've just figured it out.
Right, and this is the moment where I like to let that sit and just wait for you.
And then
that's true.
Just ruminate. That's great.
Yeah, no, Sargon will figure that out tomorrow.
I know why you said it. That's why I'm not like going, oh, you terrible racist.
But see, Sargon, that's why I like it. I want them to call me racist and then expose that is their one and only reaction, and then they will eventually come around and be like, oh my God, that guy was right.
Yeah, the argument I really don't like is black people don't shoot other people, just anyone, more than any other demographic. It's like, well, I mean, I don't know what stats they're going by.
Well, they do. But yeah.
Well, they're just like, well, I just don't want to believe it. It's like, look, I'm not saying that black people are evil. It's just that if we look at the stats, that is true. As far as we can tell. Unless they've got some stats I haven't seen, which I'd like to see, obviously.
Those stats don't exist.
I know.
They really don't. I mean,
I know, but I think that then the second you mention this, they extrapolate it to you meaning that black people are inherently biologically more violent.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how anybody could get that extrapolation from that comment.
Because I think that there are so many white supremacists who are saying exactly that.
White supremacists?
Yeah, no, there are loads of them. And you speak to them and say, okay, what should we do with black people? And then they'll go off on this ridiculous stuff, and you're like, okay, but if they'll go something like, oh, black people are like 70% as intelligent as white people. I'm like, okay, well, so what? It's like, well, we should do something. And it's like, really, do we do something about 70% intelligence white people? No. We just let them have shit jobs. They're not very bright. If that's the case, we shouldn't do something to them because they aren't that bright. I mean, what sort of attitude is that?
If that was true, then you just give them as many opportunities as everybody else had, and either they would get them or they wouldn't.
Exactly, and it's not like all black people are at this level. It's like Thomas Sowell is one of these fucking people they're talking about. It's a curve, so nothing needs to happen. It's just the way things are. Maybe I don't know.
I want to ask you a pointed question. How do you react to the notion of "don't punch down," which is a regressive talking point? It's like
I don't think ideas have a particular hierarchy like that. Right. If someone's got bad ideas, it's nothing wrong with criticizing a bad idea, regardless of how powerful or not that they are. That's why I'm happy to talk to the minor, the Mangina sphere. There's still thousands of ideas,
The fact that you do videos against Kevin Logan shows me that you're willing to punch down.
Oh, absolutely. Kevin Logan is still alive and breathing and walking around like a human potato. So there is literally no damage to Kevin Logan from
that. Was dangerously close to, will someone rid me of this turbulent priest? It's just like...
No. If anyone does, I would be gutted if Kevin Logan suddenly stopped making videos. I would be gutted.
What's his sub count at right now?
Probably about 2,000.
Oh, that's McDermott level.
I know.
There's like a plateau. That's the glass ceiling right there.
Half of them are hate followers, though.
Wow.
But you had a 4-hour conversation with him about feminism, and I listened to some of it. And he's not a guy without a certain degree of intelligence. You can have a conversation with him, and I think it comes back to what you were saying before: is you're really interested in ideas, aren't you?
Yeah.
And if anyone's got a decent idea for feminism out there, you want to hear it. So speak to anyone.
Absolutely.
Somebody explain something to me. I hear this. It's all about ideas. Dave Rubin says it. You say it. What else is there to talk about? What else can you talk about?
Well,
of course, it's all about ideas.
Well, this really exemplified the Michael Brooks hangout, right? I really like the Eleanor Roosevelt quote where she's like, "Small minds talk about people, mediocre minds talk about events, great minds talk about ideas." And it's like this guy, Michael Brooks, is like, "Let's talk about policy. Let's talk about events." And it's like, look, I don't want to just sit in the mediocre fucking lane, I want to go to the actual source of the fucking issue and talk about the hard stuff, if that's all right, Michael. But it wasn't all right, so, I guess we did.
Just going back to Kevin, right? Kevin is your Josh, Devon.
Is he?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, it's just like an ongoing feud with you and a really dumb person.
Now, I'm curious. Do you think that guy Michael will claim victory after tonight?
Of course.
That's his only way out. That's his only.
What else can he do?
He was claiming victory during the conversation.
Right. Yeah.
He was like, you're not answering this question, and
right.
Yeah. Of course he's going to. I mean, he's got no option to do anything else.
Huh. Yeah, it's sad. It's actually sad when you think about it.
Yeah, they're kind of trapped in this way of thinking. It's really terrifying. I'll be back in a second. Sorry.
Okay. Oh man.
Wow. We've really gone around the houses tonight, haven't we?
We've covered it all.
Yeah, I think we solved the world.
It's done. Sort of.
Nice. It was nice. It was nice for you to get to talk to Sargon, I guess. Eventually, he seems like a nice fella.
Well, I popped my cherry,
Yeah. He's a nice enough guy. And he followed me on Twitter, so now we could DM and I'll get him in on another hangout.
I talk to so many twinks on a daily basis. It's good to talk to a bear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, so not much politics going. Not much politics going on.
I've been watching it, and I'm a little bit disturbed that Bernie has won these random states like Oklahoma, which is 99%, and he won it.
Is that a big
Oklahoma
thing?
But I guess you got to crunch these numbers to see where the delegates have gone. But what else we got? Texas. Clinton won Texas.
Of course.
Alaska's
really?
Coming.
Clinton won Texas?
Yeah, Bernie's winning Minnesota and Colorado by large margins.
Oh, this is just, of course, this is American politics. So
yeah.
I was thinking, where's Trump in that? What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Because Trump will win Texas, obviously. Or I would expect him to.
No, he did not, actually. Cruz won it by a lot, 41% to 27%.
Oh, fuck me. Cruz is a fucking. There's no way Cruz is going to be president now, right?
Well, it's his home state, so I mean, he won 2 states tonight.
Oh, Christ, that just worries me with regards to Texas, because I know how like the local politics can affect what it's like here.
Now let me ask Jacob, how did you hook up with Sargon? What is this? Like the British Boys Club? Like, how did that happen?
Well, yeah, we all live in the same house.
Seriously?
No, the video I made on Black Lives Matter, this guy called V. Monroe commented on it and asked me to do a hangout with him. And he is close friends with Sargon. And we ended up getting added together on Skype and talking. And
so you basically slept your way up the ranks of YouTube?
Pretty much, yeah. Totally.
Was it all...
Totally took Devin out of the loop. Yeah.
Was this your plan all along?
No. Well, it's interesting because when I joined...
Don't be silly.
When I joined YouTube, I always said that there's only 2 people I really, really want to talk to at that point, and it was always you and Sargon, because you were the 2 channels I watched all the time.
Jesus, this must be orgasmic for you.
Yeah, and it's changing a little now in the sense that I'm learning about more people and being able to talk to them, of course. But at the time, yeah, that's what I was aiming for. So I can kind of give up now. I can sort of get on with my life.
Isn't it disappointing that guys like me and Sargon are willing to talk to you? Isn't that kind of let you down that you're at our level?
That it was that easy.
Yeah. It's as if you didn't even have to try.
It's not our level.
They always say, isn't it? The 2 worst things in life is getting your dream and not getting it.
Don't you like it how I lump myself in with Sargon? He has like 500,000 subs. I got like 35.
Nobody cares.
I'm in the Kevin Logan circle, man.
No.
I gotta work on my game. I'm just gonna wait for Jacob to get popular. That's my strategy.
Yeah, man, I'm coattailing the fuck off that guy. We talked about. I'm trying to get him in every single hangout I ever do.
I don't know. I've already been given a copyright strike, so I'm going to have to set up a
really?
second ghost, I think.
Seriously?
if I want to do some...
dude, telling me off that Oxford Union thing?
Yeah, but actually it wasn't to do with that. It was Sirius XM that...
Sirius?
Sirius, yeah, sorry. The Opie and Anthony show. They got me.
Wow.
And to be fair, I did kind of just take it without any context. So
it's funny.
What the fuck? What, they've taken your video down and everything?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
So
you don't seem to be too bothered.
No. I'll just set up another channel, and if I do videos over 15 minutes, I'll just link them to that. So it'll be fine.
What's interesting? I remember. I think it was the second video that I saw of Voltaire, and I think it was the quickest auto mirror. And I swear to God, I was sitting on a couch, and my legs were kicked up, and I think I was drinking coffee with one hand. I saw the video like 5 minutes in, just downloaded it, uploaded it, and just published it. I was just like, no permission asked, just fuck it. I'm just promoting this guy.
Yeah, that was is Islam a religion of peace? Something
I was just like,
right, that one. Yeah, it was got to be that one.
Why wouldn't I? I mean, it would be a moral sin for me to have not done that.
He's a fucking legend, dude. We're in the presence of greatness, really.
Well, this is all before we see the ginger hair in visual format. Then you have to reassess.
That's when the hatred will start coming out.
Yeah, that's a real turning point.
I've got my dude. And people realize what an absolute dumbass I am.
Do you think if we should put this out in the chat to all the men? Would you rather, if you had to choose, be bald or have ginger hair? Which is
bald
worse?
All day long.
Well, it's funny because I've heard mixed responses.
Really? Okay. Well, let's see what the chat says. I would go
bald. This is an ongoing poll.
I think I'm going to get burned seriously because most people are going to go with the bald, but we'll see what happens.
So, Jacob, you are ginger. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Although I was chatting with my girlfriend the other night, and she was saying, "You're not."
Well, you have a girlfriend for a start. That's a
good. Name dropping his girlfriend, unbelievable.
Bald.
And
bald.
And the funny thing is, she was saying, you do have red hair, but it's not. I don't have a dark, dirty red. It's kind of like a lighter blonde.
Less egregious.
I'm what South Park would call a day walker. So, I don't have freckles or anything like that. I'm reasonably well.
So you like dirty blonde? Is that what you'd say?
It's definitely not blonde, but it's light ginger, And in the summer it does look blonde.
Yeah, you may need to run a poll on your Twitter feed, Jacob, because I'm getting a lot bald on here, dude. A lot.
Oh well, then no, we know the answer, don't we? Bloody hell, why would I run that?
I think we can agree the worst is a ginger who goes bald and like is halfway, like a Lalo Dagashian ginger.
Like one of those little trolls you used to get. Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, bald all day long, dude. Definitely not bald and ginger. That would be terrible. My God.
Yeah.
It'd be awful.
Man, did you hear him just reference his girlfriend? I thought you were just going on dates like last week.
No, and Anthony's been proved wrong because it was that same girl that you said it was never going to happen, and it bloody did. So.
Well, the girl that you said she friended
you. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
He did.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. She's been elevated to girlfriend status already?
Well.
Yeah, you hear that? Oh, yeah.
What is happening? This is a whirlwind.
Well, it's been a month.
It'll be fiancé next month.
Yeah, wow, he is accelerated timeline. Jacob doesn't mess around, man. He goes for the prize.
He's got ginger, man. He's got a rush.
Yeah, He knows. Yeah, when he's locked one in, he knows.
Yeah, you got to go for it, dude. Lock it down.
Right, exactly. Before she realizes.
Yeah, we were talking about pubic hair earlier, right?
I think he sequesters her from all of her friends. Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a great distance between the two of you, or it's an easy commute?
There's about 2 roads between us. So no.
So the walk of shame for her the next morning is not a long one.
Actually, I usually go to hers.
Okay.
Oh, Devin's been there.
Her apartment's a lot nicer than mine, so there we go.
Does she live alone?
Yeah.
Does she have
That's
pets?
nice.
No.
No.
Thick walls?
I don't know. I haven't tested them. I'll take a glass next time.
Soundproof?
So I don't check those sorts of things.
Soundproof
bed.
Who cares?
Is it a comfortable bed, Devin? Jacob, even.
Oh yeah, that's why we go there, because mine is like a rock. It's terrible.
Ah, I see. Bounceability.
What, now, have you mentioned in passing your YouTube stardom?
Stardom? No. No, I haven't.
Your YouTube ingenue.
Not even once.
And she's actually pro-European Union, so we're going to have that talk. Yeah. But
what is that going to consist of? How do you approach that?
Well, I'll just tell her she's wrong.
Like, at what stage? Do you get drunk? What do you do? Because I have disagreements with her. My girlfriend technically is a vegan feminist, like hardcore, and like wow. I avoid those topics pretty much with her.
What does she think of your YouTube channel?
She likes it. She loves it.
Okay, that's good.
But I mean, I think she's more of an old school feminist. She's not like, anything like the ones that we have today.
Yeah, proper feminist, like equality.
Yeah. That's funny. Like, I run into people like who will have positions that are against mine, and whenever we argue, I just completely like eradicate every point they make, and yet at the end of it, they still have that original belief. It's bizarre. Do you ever run into people like that where they're like, "What are you? Do you believe in God or not?" And they're like, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I guess I kind of do. And then you're like, "Well, here's some thoughts about that. Here's some arguments." And they're like, "Oh yeah, I agree with all that, but yeah, I don't know. I still kind of believe in it."
Oh God, all the time, man. All the time. And you especially in America, dude. Fuck.
You see it in politics, and you also see it in the religion debate. Like, how many times did like Hitchens or Harris debate the same person? Did you go through a couple of people at the same time? And it's the same arguments. It's like, okay, you're not learning from each other, are you? It's just the positions don't change.
Yeah, I try not to breach why they believe what they believe, because then it gets into like sticky territory, especially if you're at work. Like if somebody tells me, "Oh yeah, well," like I've got like 5 or 6 people at work who subscribe to my YouTube channel, so they could easily, tune in and listen to the things that I say and the things that we've talked about. I don't know how many of them have, but if I actually ask them, why do you believe what you believe? It goes down a slippery slope, and they don't really want to talk about it. You can just see it in the body language. Entirely, like physically, they don't want to talk about it. Not just mentally; it's so obvious. Physically, they don't even want to talk about it. And I can't even be bothered pursuing it with them.
Yeah, they don't want to be challenged on their like long-held sacred worldview.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, it's Wednesday morning. Let me
Yeah,
off,
exactly. Yeah, and I'm not there to change the minds. I'm not. That's not why I'm there. So
Yeah.
I can't be
I know.
asked. But how long are you going to go for, Devon? Because I need to shoot for about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Jacob, I asked Jacob, I was like, do you have a couple minutes to chat about politics? He's like,
And we've turned this into
yeah, it's a marathon.
I'm
but,
not asking you to end it, Devon. But I'm going to have to shoot.
I'm actually worried about Sargon's health at this point.
He'll be slumped over the toilet throwing up.
Yeah,
Fine.
I think he's pulling like an Elvis. He's going out like just
Cheeseburgers.
What the hell? You know what we should do is just everybody leaves except for him and just wait for him to come back and realize it's over.
Yeah, that would be rude.
Hello. Yeah, but
Oh God, Anthony, that thing was so funny. That was the most unintentionally funny thing ever. When Vito goes on,
So
it's
you
like,
fucked up the last hangout.
Yeah, yesterday. Fuck me, man. The first 7 minutes. Me and
minute.
Devon were talking fine, and then it just all went dead.
For the record, what do you think happened? Tell
I've
us
heard
where
it.
you fucked up.
I didn't. I didn't fuck
on.
up. Honestly, I did not fuck up.
Anthony, you know it was on your end. Everybody else.
It was not. Honestly, I've listened to the thing back, and it's me talking and you taking the piss out of me.
No,
and
no,
I can't hear
Anthony.
you taking the piss out of me.
You could not hear anybody. The chat could hear me and Vito.
Yes.
Vito could hear me. I could hear him.
And they could
You
hear
were
me.
the problem.
Yeah,
Right.
everyone was talking to you, Anthony, and you couldn't hear them. It was as if like you were in this trapped like
Little
world.
bubble.
And you just
I
had
get it.
like your conscience was talking
get
to
it.
you, and you couldn't
Okay.
hear them.
Let me tell you, I'm using exactly the same setup as I'm right now. So it was nothing. I don't know, man. It just the audio dropped on my end, and that's all it was.
He's committed to this story. He's never going to tell us the truth.
Honestly, if it was my fault, Devon, I would fucking say publicly if it was my fault. I would say I didn't have my fucking headphones plugged in.
Honestly,
Right. I would say honestly.
It was super funny. Like, I would set that up as a sketch because just to have two people talking.
I listened to it back.
over each other.
I was waiting for Xander. I was trying to pick him up at school, and I was in the school line, and I hadn't listened to it back, and I thought, shit, man, I'm gonna have to listen to it back, and I did, and it was funny as fuck, man. It was funny as fuck. Me just flailing around, and you just taking the piss. You and fucking Vito, bastards. It was funny, man. I loved it.
That's good
Yeah,
chat.
it's just I love the unintentional humor. It's fantastic.
And this
And
is a good chat.
I'm always up for being a figure of fun. I don't mind.
Yeah, no, you have a sense of humor, which is
I got the big cojones.
one of your many redeeming qualities. Not that you have to be
you.
redeemed.
Thank you, Bill.
We should probably wait for Sargon to come back before we wrap it up, right? Do people in the chat have any questions they want to ask?
He's got to pinch it off already. God damn it.
Yeah, Christ, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm taking shit.
He's probably fallen asleep, I think.
Yeah, I'll probably just end it, Devin, if you're looking to get off.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just
Fuck Sargon, man.
It's funny though because like, here's the thing though. It's interesting. Like Sargon, I disagree with a bunch of shit he says, but like the stuff I agree with, and clearly he's an ally. So like, I just don't have the energy to be like, hey Sargon, let's hash out the mundane details of this one minor argument we have. It's boring.
Yeah, I think you guys are on the same side.
Dude, I've been trying to get these two guys together for ages, and the guy he was a little bit aloof last time.
Devin, was it worth the wait?
Exactly. Yeah.
Sargon.
It was yes when Devin asks me type deal. Oh, fuck off, Sargon.
I dropped to a knee and Sargon pulled out a sword and touched each of my shoulders and said, I grace you with my presence. It was a majestic moment.
And it took Voltaire to do it.
And how funny is
I was
that?
no good.
How
I was
funny.
no good. Yeah. No, I fucking loved it, man. Very enjoyable, as always. It's nice to be on your hangout and not me hosting it.
Oh my god, I posted a video the other day. What was it? My thrashing of the atheist experience. I got so many likes to dislikes, which is really uncommon for me. And I was like, god damn, this looks like a Voltaire video. I was about to take a screenshot and send it to you and be like, aha, two can play at that game of making videos people like.
It was better than my videos. I love that video. It's great. And I like the one you did on Aladdin as well. I learned a lot of stuff from that. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well,
No, the best one this month for me has been the one he released last night on the Flying Monkeys.
all right, Christiana.
Christiana,
Jesus,
yeah.
man. No, and the song at the end. Christ almighty.
Did you tear up on that?
Oh fuck, man! You know I did. I sent you a DM.
Oh man, it is, seriously, I should film my sister listening to that song 2 notes in, and she is sobbing. And
But there's two, isn't there? There's one for you, and there's one for your sister, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, my
Yeah,
dad,
and I love them both.
my
I mean,
dad's prolific. I mean, he just goes off.
Right.
Yeah, he's a talented chap.
Yeah. Well, I think you showed me those in Vegas, didn't you? I think I saw them all.
He was really excited. He sent me an email back, and because I sent him some of these comments, and I said, "Hey, take a look. People are really liking your song." And he was like, "Oh, this is amazing." He's like, I can't believe my song has reached this new audience and this generation of people." He's like,
I looked at his YouTube channel. He's got like 50 subs.
Yeah, no, of course.
I mean, and left a comment on his video.
I made that channel for him just because I wanted to have an archive of all of his songs.
Of course.
And he was like, I better not let this new attention and compliments go to my head.
This guy was on Broadway.
I know. Oh yeah. I mean, he's done Johnny Carson a couple times. He's toured the world. He was worked with Jim Henson. Has used multiple songs of his. I mean,
now he's got a small YouTube channel. Go, I better not let it go to my head. Come on.
But it's really sweet because like people have been like, I was touched by this, and like they're like, I have a daughter or a son, and like Christiana was like, I'm gonna have this. I'll remember this forever. She's like, I will play this song.
I absolutely believe that as well.
Yeah, it is touching.
Yeah.
Some guys like, I want to do a cover.
Genuinely touching. It really is.
Yeah. He's a great lyricist, and he comes from the heart. I mean, he's actually very skilled at what he's up to. But that's what he's been doing music since he was born. It's his whole life.
And then you wonder where Devin gets his inspiration from. For the wider public audience here, it's quite obvious why you.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's something I never talk about really, but I was raised by artistic people. Like I come from a very creative family who, the idea of me going into an artistic field is like, yeah, and obviously, obviously you would be doing that.
In your blood.
Yeah. For several generations, which it puts a little pressure, which is why I steered away from the musical side, I think.
Yeah, but you still do it. You sing
also,
all the time.
I sing. Oh yeah, I sing. But I mean, the music, like actual instruments, I wasn't forced into it like Koreans will do to their kids.
Playing the cello.
Not all. But yeah.
Are you sure not all? Could be all.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. Nice.
Back. I'm just reading through the comments on that fucking video. Man, this guy's just getting butchered. It's by his own subscribers as well.
Do you feel bad at any point? Do you call off the dogs?
They're not my dogs. I'm not doing anything. I hardly did anything in all this because he had a mute button.
You don't have a flying monkey army, Carl?
Hey man, I didn't need to do any of this. This is like someone here. Like I really used to like this guy, but this was just the most terrible conversation ever. Brooks constantly interrupted over and over, and then claimed Sargon was the one doing it, and then he keeps going on just complaining about this dude, and then at the end he's like, Sargon might be wrong, but your arguments are weak,
Yeah. I think there's some similarities to the Sam discussion.
Yeah, very much. It's
quite a few,
the evasiveness, the constant slippery. I'm not going to be pinned down on anything because if I do, you can take that apart.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
So you have not named your followers yet? That's when you really elevate to cult status.
Well, I actually spend a lot of time working against that, so.
It's not the Sargonites or like Sargon on the.
Yeah, no, I try not to.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to, have a cult.
Well, there are some perks. I'll just let you know.
I've heard, actually, that there are perks.
Yeah. Do you don't get tit pics? Come on. What's going on?
No, I don't, actually. That's the one thing that really pisses me off.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I can't help unsolicited breast pictures in my email.
Timestamp that.
Yes. Oh, this conversation's full of them.
That's what makes them unsolicited, They get sent to me and I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. And then... I don't come on.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think everybody has sent naked pics at some point. It's almost like a rite of passage. Anthony, can you confirm or deny that you've sent naked pics?
Please deny that.
What, of you?
Of anybody? Of yourself?
Definitely deny that.
No, I'm going to send a picture of my son dancing. But he's good.
You did have an interesting exchange with a 14-year-old in public recently.
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It always gets awkward. Sargon, if you ever talk to an underage child, be careful what you say.
Well, what?
Just a hint.
Thanks for that hint. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Sargon.
Yes, never. Go.
Age of consent in England, is it just right, too high, or too low?
It was 16, which
16, yeah. It's a
I
little
don't really have
low.
an opinion on, to be honest. I don't know.
You don't think
It's
it's a
weird.
little bit low?
It seems a bit low for, I mean, because we got the
It's
18.
a little
coming.
bit low, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I actually think that I think 14 to 18 or maybe 14 to 17 should be it's okay if you're the same age as them, and then like 17 plus.
I think that's kind of the unwritten rule.
Yeah, no, I think there should be a sliding scale like that, though. I mean, like the 19-year-old having sex with the 17-year-old is not, rape.
It's not like a 45-year-old talking to a 14-year-old.
No, that's just, there's no way that's going to be kosher.
That's just always going to be wrong.
No.
I wonder if pro-life people will claim that having sex with a 15-year-old is actually them having sex with a 16-year-old because they were alive in the womb. Has that ever been presented to the authorities?
I don't think it has, no.
Okay. I have that in my back pocket. That's my ace up my sleeve.
That's a good get out, though. Well done.
I don't even know what you're thinking like that, Devin, but yeah.
Well, I have these thoughts late at night. This is when I do my best one.
Some people can't cheat.
Figure out ways to beat the system.
Yeah, Devin counts how many 14-year-old fans he's got who keep sending him arse pictures.
That hasn't happened yet, in my defense.
No.
Get on that. Could you get on that, Izzy? Now here's a new thought. I think every year we should eradicate 2 words from the English language, and my nominations for this year are nuance and systemic. Do I have a second?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I would like to put an end to those words in progressive discussion anyway.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, he dropped a geopolitical bomb on you during your discussion today, and I cringed at it.
Did he remind me?
He's
In
like,
fact, he said at one point, I swear to God, I remember where I was in my apartment. I was like getting coffee, and he was talking about, Sargon, you don't listen about the nuance. There's political things. There's historical things. There's geographical things. Sargon, the topography of Pakistan comes into play. You're talking about homophobia.
I don't even remember that. I was just literally trying to speak to the specific point, so I was kind of ignoring him,
Yeah.
I don't even remember that, though. But I can't
Listen back. The word geography, not geopolitical, geography came in.
you have to understand the state of the weather makes a tremendous amount of difference.
No, that's not geography. That's meteorology. Geography
Yeah.
is how high the mountains are. That's what's making them hate the gays.
Geology gets left out of a lot of these conversations.
Yeah, we've never really considered how geology makes people racist, for example.
Well,
Social justice,
erosion.
where are you on that? Drop the
It's
ball.
moral erosion. Yeah, exactly. Holy shit.
These fucking people, man, honestly. And there are people in the comments going, oh my god, Sargon thinks that a white guy supporting Martin Luther King is like anti-racist or something. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, is Martin Luther King not like anti-racist now?
Well, I do find it a little bit charming that you were going off about homophobia in the Muslim world, and then you bring up Martin Luther King, who was
Well, he
a
brought up the
homophobe.
Black History Month thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is
God.
fine. I was quite happy to go on that.
But yeah, if we could get nuance eradicated, that would be great. But we also need to have some kind of penalty for when they use it. So almost like you have a license to flick them on the nose or something when they use it.
No, what we need is a term that will basically encapsulate, just put across the look. We have calculated the nuance, and this is the conclusion we have arrived at that we need to discuss. That's where we need to get, and we need a word that's going to get past nuance to do that, or a phrase, or
Well, it's honestly, I use comedy is the way to do it, and you just have like a brief term, like me saying "not all" has become a joke because it has to come up all the time.
Yeah, are you sure it's not all? It could be all. Fucking hell, man.
And it's
I
like
fucking hate it.
you could just classify entire segments of conversations as this is a not all diversion right now, and it's insulting to our collective intelligence.
But one thing they do this all the time. It's like you criticize a woman. Do you hate women? What? No, this woman's talking shit. Why can't I criticize her?
Mm-hmm.
It's but it's weird how like suddenly you criticize a black person. Oh, you're a racist. You hate all black people. It's like, wow, that's a real leap. I mean, and the thing is, you can't get anything worse than that either. That's the worst that they could come out with. It's not that you hate some black people. It's that you hate every black person. Why? Because they're black. Oh my god.
It's true. It's like, and it goes back to Islam as well. If you say you hate a jihadist, you're against a jihadist, they'll say, what are you against all Muslims? And you just go, well, no. What are you saying? All Muslims are jihadists? Like you've made that decision now. That sounds quite Islamophobic to me. you know.
Yeah, I think they seek out words that have power. Yeah,
Absolutely, the whole thing's a power play. Absolutely.
Right. I mean, honestly, like that's why Godwin's law exists, because the word Hitler contains power.
Yeah.
And like they just want to get to that word and then leverage the power of the word to somehow push it back onto you. It's weird.
Yeah, well, everything's about the idea that you're going to feel guilty about something you haven't done. You know.
Yeah, and you could pick through history, and there's a lot to pick through, and something will stick, hopefully.
But not only just that, it's like someone fucking told me that Bernie Sanders refused to do something because they would call him a racist, and I was just like, look, but anyone who thinks Bernie Sanders is a racist is a fucking moron.
But here's what. Yeah, remember that Seattle situation?
Why about that if he's so obviously not a fucking racist?
Yeah, but you remember the Black Lives Matter, the people that pushed him off the mic? What he did not do was let them speak, which was the wrong decision, but then he should have gotten on the mic and been like, here's where you people are wrong. You just called this entire audience racist. They are not. Like, if he had done that, I would have had way more respect for the man. He didn't. He scurried off. And, cue the Curb Your Enthusiasm music.
He totally just canned it, didn't it? It was just like, fucking hell.
Exactly. And those things matter.
Yeah,
like,
it really does.
Black Lives Matter, but body language matters. Like, that's not the president of the United States to slump around like that.
Backbone matters. He could have actually said to the crowd, hands up here who is against racism, and every hand would have gone up, and then all of a sudden CNN has to report something a lot better.
But it's like,
but no, even better. They would have gone one step further. They said, yes, you are because you are white. That's what they have said.
Mm-hmm. But it's almost like people, they think that you can't do two things at the same time. It's like, yes, I understand you guys have a minor point to make here. I understand slavery's bad. I understand there is racism. But what these two women did was wrong, and these are the reasons.
Yeah, but have you considered what's going on in India?
Yeah, right. Uganda.
Exactly. I mean, you just haven't thought this through.
Yeah. I am adverse to problems B, C, and D being brought up.
But not only that, as soon as you try and say, well, what about these other problems? It's like, well, we're going to have to sort them out into an order then, aren't we? Mm-hmm. I've chosen to prioritize this one, so I'm going to talk about this one. You don't have to talk to me about it, but this is what I am talking about. You fucking deflector.
Yeah, or just put a time limit on it. Be like, okay, now let's talk about India for 10 minutes, and then promise me we can get back to what I want to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing. Obviously, it's all a big debate strategy.
Yeah. Bravado, just showmanship.
Yeah. And not only that, but control.
Yeah, I mean, this is the type of guy that you talked to today that I feel like he's short, and I feel like he wears platform heels of some kind. Like, I just feel like he wants to get any advantage he can.
Well, I'm looking at a picture of him now, actually. He looks malnourished, I'm not going to lie. His arms are like... He's wearing a baggy shirt, but that just makes it worse. Now
your mouth wants to say the word weasel right now. It wants to go there.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, because that's too easy. But but it's not inaccurate.
Well, has anybody seen him and a weasel in the same room at the same time?
Checkmate, atheists.
Yeah, we need conclusive proof before we can move on from this.
Ridiculous.
I tell you, the next one I want to get is Matt Binder. But I want to get him on my channel, so we can't use the mute thing.
What's his deal?
Oh, he's just an annoying, regressive little twat.
Mm-hmm.
And what's his battle? Feminism or?
Definitely. Well, probably all of it, to be fair. This guy specifically Islam, I suppose. But yeah, feminism is probably more his.
Okay.
He seems to be quite knowledgeable about Gamergate as well. So.
I feel like we need to do sort of like a Dante's circle of hell in terms of where each regressive sits. I think the Islam is in the 9th circle, feminism maybe the 8th, and we could actually work our way up. It'd be quite interesting.
Well, that's a great idea.
Good idea for a video.
Well, good idea for a piece of art.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea, actually.
Well, I'm in favor of this conversation and our allegiance, whether on whatever level that exists at. I think we have entertained the masses, and I can't believe I put this on my 3rd channel, which has next to no subscribers. But maybe I will download it and upload it onto my massive 1st channel.
Great. Be awesome.
Yeah, fair enough.
The night is young. It is 5:13 a.m. I'm thinking about wrapping this up, and I want to thank everybody except for Anthony. No, I want to thank all of you guys for coming in, because it's fun to talk to the Islanders. You know, these British people, man, they are movers and shakers. They have good ideas.
Yeah, we're just a better class of people. That's
well,
We
your
were
words,
all
not mine.
comes from.
Yeah,
Everything
it's
good
excellent.
and bad stems from us.
I approve of this union, is what I'm saying.
It's
Right,
great
thanks
to
for
talk
having me
to
on,
you.
man.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
Sorry, I had some brandy get down the wrong way. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. And Jacob, you as well. And Anthony is missing in action, but yeah. All right, guys.
Great
Hope
as
you liked
always.
it.
See you,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
See ya.